listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from FNB Field. We're getting set for the fourth game in this 7-game series between the Harrisburg Senators and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from City Island here in Harrisburg. It's another good-looking day for Bowie to try and pick up their third win in this 7-game set. Now, both teams got over the early hump yesterday. Of course, when you pre-schedule a doubleheader into an already existing 6-game series, it can get a little tiring, and you can't expect any team to sweep the 7-game set. But that's what happened last night. It's going to be at least one team coming away with one win, thanks to this doubleheader split for both teams. But the Baysox still put together a good performance overall. Chris Valamon making his Orioles organizational debut pitched well. He gave up just 1 run in 3 innings of work and struck out 5. And the hits are still there for Bowie. They racked up 8 hits in the Game 1 winner 4-2. They did only have 4 hits in Game 2 while losing 4-2, but they did have a couple of key hits, including a 2-run home run by Dylan Harris. They put on a couple of hits in the 3rd inning, but some well-placed ground balls turned into outs on the base paths, and Bowie couldn't do much about that. But they're still playing well as we get you set up for today's game. Bowie comes in for game number 53 on the season, a 21-31 record, a 1-game losing streak right now, but the Baysox are 6-4 over their last 10 and 10-15 when playing on the road. The Senators come in for game number 54 on the season, a 22-31 record, a 1-game winning streak for Harrisburg. They're only 3-7 over their last 10 and 9-17 when playing in front of the home crowds here at FNB Field. Bowie is 8.5 games out of first place in the Southwest Division, 6th overall in the 6-team league. Next closest to them is Harrisburg, who is 8 games out of first place. There was a brief moment between the games of the doubleheader yesterday that the Baysox had leapfrogged into 5th overall, but they did sink back down when they lost game 2. So Harrisburg is in 5th out of the 6 teams in the Southwest Division. Next closest team to them is Altoona. The 4th place Curve are 4 games out of first place, but it's a log jam at the top in the Southwest Division. Said it back in early April, it's going to be a very tightly contested division, and that's what it's turning out to be. Akron, Erie, and Richmond all tied for first place with a 30-23 record here in the early goings of June. But Bowie and Harrisburg, they're really watching from the outside right now. Both teams who need to go on a big run to even make a push at a first half playoff berth, but right now they're probably more focused on just getting through what they can to make sure they can put wins on the board. As we look at today's game, we do have to tell you one notable roster move for the Baysox. Patrick Dorian has been added onto the Baysox roster, transferred down from AAA Norfolk. That adds a little bit of depth to the Baysox bench. He is joining the team right now, but will not be in the starting lineup, but another key infielder with some good experience here at this level to join Bowie ahead of today's game. Your starting pitching matchup today, it'll be left-hander Alex Troop going for Harrisburg, with right-hander Ryan Watson getting the nod for Bowie. Watson comes in with a 3-1 record and a 3.05 ERA. On the season, he's worked 41 in the 3rd inning, struck out 46, walked only 8, and he picked up his first win since late April last time through. It was earlier on this road trip when he tossed 5 innings of 1-run ball against Altoona, and he returned to that efficiency of his. Needed under 80 pitches to get it done, and he's always been so strong on that placement. I say it just about every time Watson takes the mound at this point. He's got such key placement, especially with his fastball, that he never really runs into too much trouble when it comes to, getting the called strikes on the borderline, finding where he needs to throw it, especially to appease the umpire as well, while maybe throwing off the eyes of the batter. One thing that I will be mindful of, or one thing that I will want to watch, actually, let's make it two things, is first off the pitch count for Ryan Watson. He has maxed out around 82 at points this season, hasn't gone too much further, but he does have distance in that arm. Remember, he tossed a career-high 5 2/3 innings against the Senators back on May 3rd, but he did give up 5 earned runs. That's a season's high for him. Bowie only lost that game 6-5, however, so they were still in it, and it made sense to keep his leash long on that one, but that was also a season's high 84 pitches for Watson. We'll see if he gets around there again. He hasn't thrown 80 pitches since the May 22nd affair against Hartford, in which he tossed 4 2/3, gave up 2 earned in Bowie's 8-7 loss. But maybe Bowie could stretch him out a little bit more. They had to go to Garrett Stallings, or had to leave Garrett Stallings a little bit earlier than anticipated yesterday, go into the bullpen earlier than anticipated, as Stallings only finished 2 2/3 innings for the Baysox in Game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader. So maybe he'll go a little bit deeper, who knows? One thing I also want to watch, though, for Ryan Watson is his slider. Talked with him a little bit after his Altoona start, and if you heard our conversation on the pregame show the other week, he was saying he's really hoping to see a little bit more movement from his slider. He's been making a little bit more, focusing on it a little bit more in the bullpen during his last few sessions. Maybe we could see a little bit more on the top half of the zone today. On to the other side, it'll be left-hander Alex Troop getting the ball for Harrisburg. Third start for Troop after 11 games in the bullpen. This is his second consecutive start. Bowie actually faced him back in May when the Senators were at Prince George's Stadium, and he pitched very, very well. 3 scoreless innings. He only allowed 1 base runner, and it was a single, if I'm not mistaken, to Shane Fontana, and he worked around that, faced only just 1 over the minimum. And now he comes off of 5 scoreless innings against the Erie Seawolves, and that's a very good offense. Bowie saw that firsthand. Now, Troop can work high in the zone for swings and misses a lot of times. He's got 43 strikeouts this season and 33 2/3 innings of work, but he's a heavy fly ball pitcher, too. When he gives up contact, the fly balls are usually about 60% of the balls put in play against him, and because of that, he's given up 5 home runs as well. So Bowie might be able to do something with that today. If they can attack early, they haven't scored first in any of their last now 5 games, but they still have won 2 of the 5, and I feel like that's at least a good start if you're falling behind first in all 5 of those games. The home run, though, against Troop could be an early opportunity for Bowie to strike first. Should be a fun one, though, as Troop and Watson go head-to-head as we continue with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We're going to chat with catcher Maverick Handley. Gives us his thoughts on what it was like working behind the dish for Chris Valamon yesterday in his Orioles organizational debut. A lot of fun insight there, and we'll catch up with him on his improvements at the plate. So stick around. Good chat with Maverick Handley coming up in just a bit. We're back after this. You're listening to the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for Game 4 in this 7-game tilt between Bowie and Harrisburg. We're joined now by catcher Maverick Handley. Behind the dish last night as he picks the mayfly off of me. First off, how you been dealing with these mayflies? That's a fun little challenge.
I've never seen these mayflies before. Being from the West Coast, I mean, they're insane.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
I mean, especially when you get past sunset, the lights are the only thing on the entire river. They're everywhere. It's a giant mess. It makes sense why that's their alternate identity. But we're here with Maverick Handley, and he was behind the dish for Chris Valamont's Orioles organizational debut yesterday. What's that like, getting to work with a guy? Obviously, you were getting familiar with him the first few days that he was here after being claimed off of waivers from the Twins. But what's that like, getting to learn a guy and how he pitches for the first time?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think I hadn't really caught any of his bullpens either, so first time seeing him was pregame. I think a lot of it has to do with like early communication before the game, making sure you know what he likes to throw, even just where to set up.
Yeah.
But knowing what he likes to throw to which batters, what his out pitches are, what he feels like he can command when he needs to get back in the count, or what he needs to put away guys with. Yeah, I mean, it was really exciting. I mean, it was super cool to see a guy with that kind of stuff, and added a big boost to us. So,
was there a specific pitch of his that you think was working the best that you picked up pretty quickly? Like, okay, I can go for this one for an out pitch?
Yeah, I mean, I think all four of his pitches are really good pitches. I think what I was most surprised about was how well he threw his changeup right on right. I think that's something not quite as common, and mostly it's sliders. And I thought it was really impressive how he threw his changeup right on right and kind of opened the door for everything else.
Yeah, I asked this question of Cody Roberts the other day because he had caught Drew Rom, and I wanted to get your opinion on it too. Rom's got such a deep arsenal, and it can be difficult at times to almost just keep track of it. Do you find it to be easier or maybe even more challenging to try and sequence some of his pitches with him, with how many offerings he can throw in when he mixes in that sidearm delivery?
Sure, I think you kind of got to take it day to day. I think every outing's a little different for each pitcher. Some days they're going to have all their stuff, some days they're going to have none of their stuff, but most of the time they're going to have a couple pitches, and a couple pitches are going to be lost, and you have to find them out throughout the game. So I think part of it is finding out what's working that day, what he's really comfortable with, and then but when it's all working, I mean, it's almost fun. You feel like you can call any pitch, and when you feel like he's one or two pitches, you know, it can be hard to sprinkle in the other ones, you know. So you kind of take it day to day and really kind of evaluate how he's feeling on that day with all his certain pitches, because he's not going to have every pitch every outing. Yeah.
As we're here with Maverick Handley on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, got to talk about you offensively at some point as well. The coaching staff has just been constantly applauding your work and your improvement at the plate, and just the way that you've been seeing the ball and hitting the ball the last few days. Is there anything you can speak to specifically that you've been working on?
A lot of it's just been building a routine, honestly. Building a routine and sticking to it, and just buying in. And I think it's been really great to work with Becker this whole year. He's been super supportive, and having guys like our hitting coordinators, Villa and Ashy, coming into town, I think got me right too. So it's been great. I think this year has been an awesome improvement for me, and feeling confident and feeling good at the plate right now. Knock on wood, right?
Yeah. Well, so far so good, and there's no reason why anything should change at this point. As we're continuing on with Maverick Handley, how do you stay fresh on these long road trips? This is obviously a very, very long stretch for the Baysox, and there was that brief moment where you had to catch, I think, 3 consecutive games or 4 consecutive games while Cody Roberts was up with the taxi squad. And what's it like right now to stay fresh? Is it just making sure that you're on your routine and keeping strong with everything?
I think a lot of it, too, is trusting your off-season work. I mean, Cody and I are splitting time, so it's been a little easier to stay fresh, knowing that he's definitely there as an option, and I'm here for him as an option. If one of us is feeling a little nicked up or something that day, like, we know that we're there to pick each other up. So I think that's been pretty nice, and obviously our training staff's been doing a great job. Like, I think that's the combination of the two has kind of helped me stay fresh. So yeah.
I wanted to bring this up at one point when I talked to either you or Cody on air. That video from John Boy Media about a week or two back with
with Tigers pitcher Elvin Rodriguez and catcher Tucker Barnhart when they found out that Elvin was tipping his pitches out of the stretch. Did you watch that video first?
Was it with his head nod?
Where he would stare at third base and you knew it was a fastball coming. Yeah. Do you watch out for any of that? Do you keep that in your mind at all, or do you watch maybe for it on review? Is it something that you may notice when you're working behind the plate?
I don't really look for it during the game. I'd say if there's a certain pitch that he's throwing well in a good location and they just seem to be all over it, that's when you start questioning if they got something. But usually it's something that comes from the dugout. It's usually something that comes from a guy on the bench who's working for it. Or it's something that you kind of get pre-series. You pick it up on video, and everything's videoed all the time. So when you get somebody with paying attention to detail, it can be a little difficult. But usually a huge indicator is a guy's best pitch in a good location, and it seems to keep on getting hit. Usually that's a pretty good indication. So
it's always just one extra thing that gets added on that really a lot of people don't think about in the heat of it all. There's always so much more to be paying attention to the way that the game goes on. So I just wanted to get your opinion on that. As we wrap things up here with Maverick Handley, how'd you spend the off day on the road, one of those rare road off days? I know they put together a couple of excursions for you guys to the mall, to the movies. Did you get out at the hotel at all?
I did. I actually found out this past week that Harrisburg is the capital of Pennsylvania. Yeah. Did not know that, so got to go out, kind of check out the city. It was surprisingly bigger than I thought, so got to go out there and nothing much
just
more
walk
than
around
that.
a little bit, explore.
Very
nice.
Try to recover from the 3 days in a row catching.
Yeah, it's been a long one for all of us, but I know I can't speak to much of anything that you and Cody Roberts put together. So thank you for the good work, and thank you for the time, man.
Yep, no problem.
All right, we'll be back in a bit here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Teams already on the field here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. We'll step aside one final time and get you set up for first pitch and all the play-by-play. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from FNB Field here in Harrisburg. It's Game 4 of this 7-game series between the Bowie Baysox and the Harrisburg Senators. Matt Sabat is with you from City Island here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and as Alex Troop warms on the mound for the Senators, starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in center field, you've got Dylan Harris, followed by Cesar Prieto at second base, batting second. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, bats third. Greg Cullen in left field cleans up. Cody Roberts, the catcher, bats fifth. J.D. Mundy, the DH, sixth. Andrew Dashbach at first base, seventh. A.J. Gravenino at third, eighth. And Christopher Cespedes is in right field, batting ninth. Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles, managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller, Calvin Christensen, video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield, and Blake Wooden, athletic trainers. Troop winds and fires, and the first pitch home from the left-hander is a fastball called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone to Harris. Nothing in one to start on 6:31 on a 71-degree, partly cloudy day here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Next pitch to Harris misses inside, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Baysox are 21-31 on the season, a one-game losing streak, but 6-4 over their last 10. The 1-1 swing and a miss. Fastball up and in from the lefty, and the count goes to 1-2. Bowie going with a heavy left-handed start with Harris and Prieto. Once more that lineup through. Harris, Prieto, Ortiz, Cullen, Roberts, Mundy, Dashbach, Graffinino, Cespedes. Here's the 1-2, pieced foul. Rolled over just a tad behind home plate, and the count holds. Bowie's got 4 lefties in the lineup between Harris, Prieto, Cullen, and Mundy. Harris, a .324 average on the season for the Baysox, .931 OPS in 18 games played, 6 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, 9 runs driven in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just misses down and away a fastball, and the count goes even at 2. FNB Field in Harrisburg, 325 feet down the line to both left and right field, 400 feet to straightaway center, 405 to left and right center, deepest parts of the ballpark. 2-2, popped foul, third base side out of play, and the count stays even on Harris. Bowie's won 2 of the first 3 in this 7-game series. They split yesterday's doubleheader. The Baysox took Game 1 4-2. Thanks to a 3-run 6th inning. Here's the 2-2, swung on and missed high for strike 3. Change up, and Harris is down on strikes to open. Let's get you that starting defensive alignment for Harrisburg now that we've got the time. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Mitch Longo, Jack Dunn, and Justin Connell. Jake Alou is at third base, Alfredo Rodriguez at short, Jackson Clough at second, Wilson Garcia at first, and Brady Lindsley catches behind the plate. For Alex Troop on the mound. First pitch home to Cesar Prieto is gone. Way out to right field. Forget about it. Cesar Prieto says goodbye. His first AA home run is a rocket shot out to right. And the Baysox lead 1-0 here in the top of the first. 98-mile-an-hour exit velocity for Prieto. 369 feet away from home plate. RBI number 4 for the young left-hander. And now it goes on to Joey Ortiz. Right-hander Ortiz digs in. As the first pitch comes home from Troop, it misses just wide. Fastball starts it out at 1-0. Ortiz at .205 average this season. 608 OPS in 46 games played, 10 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 14 runs driven in. He fouls off this offering here. Sinking fastball low, and it rolls over to the right side. The count evens at 1. Here's the next. Ortiz brushes off on that one. Fastball moves in, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Very sunny day here at F&B Field in Harrisburg, but the weather patterns are always going to be inconsistent when you're on the river like this. Next offering popped up out toward right. Backing up the second baseman, Jackson Clough, and in shallow right field, he makes the catch. Almost tangled his feet, but he got there, and there's 2 away. Umpiring crew for today's game, Mitch Treziak is at third base, Kevin Manzik is at first, and Edwin Jimenez is the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. As left-hander Greg Cullen digs into the box now. First pitch home from True. Popped up, third base side, foul ground, shedding the mask Lindsley, called off by the third baseman Alou, and in front of the coach's box, he makes the catch to end the inning. But the Baysox get on the board. They strike first with Cesar Prieto's first Double-A home run, a solo shot to right field, and we're underway. Bowie 1, Harrisburg coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Bottom of the first here in Harrisburg. The Baysox striking first in the top of the frame. Cesar Prieto smacking a solo home run, his first at Double-A. Gives Ryan Watson a little bit of cushion for the Bowie Baysox as he prepares to face off against the following Harrisburg Senators lineup. Leading off in center field, you've got Jack Dunn, followed by Jake Alou at third base, batting second. Wilson Garcia at first base, bats third. Alfredo Rodriguez at shortstop, fourth. Justin Connell in right field, bats fifth. Drew Millis, the DH, bats sixth. Brady Lindsley, the catcher, bats seventh. Mitch Longo in left field, eighth. And Jackson Clough is at second base today, batting ninth. The Senators are the Double-A affiliate of the Washington Nationals. They're managed by Trip Keister, assisted by Justin Lord, Micah Franklin, Oscar Salazar, and R.J. Geyer. T.D. Swinford is the athletic trainer. Harrisburg is 22-31 on the season, a one-game winning streak for the Sens. 3-7 over their last 10, however, and only 9-17 when playing in front of the home crowds here. One of the lowest winning percentages at home in the Eastern League this year. Once more, that lineup for Harrisburg, you've got Dunn, Alou, Garcia, Rodriguez, Connell, Millis, Lindsley, Longo, Clough, all to face off against Ryan Watson on the mound. First pitch home to Jack Dunn, righty on righty, is a fastball that just misses away, and the count starts out at 1-0. 253 average for Dunn this year, a 707 OPS in 31 games played, 4 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 11 batted in. Next pitch, fastball, that one called for strike on the outside edge, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Already setting the table early with those fastballs, Ryan Watson. Of course, it's one of his best pitches, places it so well. We'll tell you his numbers in a bit. As the 1-1 comes in, it misses down the fastball. Count goes to 2-1. Some heavy cloud coverage over top, fans already filing in for this one. Plenty still at the gates waiting to be let in. Very fun night early on. The 2-1 check swing pieced foul. Change up there from Watson. Runs the count even at 2. That's Pride Night here at the ballpark. Very fun and special event to celebrate those who identify as LGBTQ. And plenty of fans in attendance showing off their pride. Very happy to see it. Here's the 2-2 to Dunn. Swinging a pop-up, right side foul. This one will get out of play, and the count stays at 2. One of the big things to watch for Watson is going to be his efficiency. He got it back last time when he picked up the win against Altoona. But he'd been scuttling slightly before. Here's the next pitch, fouled off third base side. Count stays even at 2 as we're talking about efficiency. Dunn is holding on for just a while right now. He's fouled off 3 consecutive pitches. Watson will try for another 2-2 put down. Steps back, kicks high, fires again, and it's fouled off. Four consecutive pitches fouled by Jack Dunn. He's holding on. Jake Alou, left-hander, warming in the on-deck circle. Another 2-2. That one misses down and away, the changeup. Count runs full here on the first batter of the first inning. Watson on the season, holding opponents to just a 1 for 13 mark in full counts this year. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks. Dunn hitting .273 on full counts, about 20 points higher than his season average. Here's the payoff. This one driven high out toward left, but not very deep. Well, now it's getting deeper. Cullen running back on it, and this one is gone. Oh, wow, the wind really pushed that one out. Watson just tossed his hands up. Are you kidding me? But it's a solo home run for Jack Dunn, and this game is tied at 1. Little bit of fun rhyme there. Got to have the fun where you can. Only a 93-mile-an-hour exit velocity, but 351 feet away from home plate. Yeah, it is some whipping winds out toward left field. Off bat, Greg Cullen thought that one would be a routine flyout, but it just hung up there, kept going, and the wind carried it out. Very unfortunate start for Ryan Watson in what's now a 1-1 game. Here's Jake Alou. First pitch to the lefty, misses inside a fastball. Count opens up at 1-0. Alou, a .260 average on the season, .775 OPS. 49 games played for Jake as he watches the next pitch. It's a curveball called for strike on the bottom edge. Count evens at 1. 15 doubles, no triples, 7 homers, 30 runs driven in. They play him pinched in at third and to pull on the rest of the infield. Next pitch to the lefty. Just misses a fastball. Count goes to 2-1. Well, Alou really watched those outside fastballs a lot yesterday. Remember, there were 2 different plate appearances against Garrett Stallings where he just wouldn't take, and Stallings just kept nibbling on the edge but couldn't get a called strike. 2-1 is a slider, misses down, and the count goes to 3 balls and a strike here. And again, a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the first inning. Solo home run for each side, one from Cesar Prieto, and a leadoff solo home run by Jack Dunn here in the first. Watson takes a deep sigh and fires the 3-1. Misses outside for ball 4. Slider didn't get him to chase. And now runner at first with still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Now heavy slugging switch hitter Wilson Garcia. Watson sets. And fires the first pitch home. Garcia watches high fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. Wilson Garcia on the season, a .277 average with a .747 OPS. 48 games played, 10 doubles, 7 homers, 26 runs driven in. With the way the wind's whipping, it'd almost be advantageous for him to bat as a right-hander with how often he pulls the ball. Next pitch. Breaking ball misses down the curve, and that's going to lead to a mound visit from Cody Roberts. As things are definitely getting a little dicey for Ryan Watson right now. Not much that he can say aside from that. Game started with a strikeout of Dylan Harris. Then Cesar Prieto took the first pitch he saw to deep right field, his first Double-A home run. And then Jack Dunn stayed alive in a lengthy plate appearance, eventually homering on the 9th pitch he saw. Hit it up into the breeze and saw it carried out. Roberts heads back behind the dish. Couple of stretched out shadows from the upper deck pushing in front of him, but the rest of the batter's box still in sunlight as Watson fires the 2-0. It's called a strike on a slider low and away. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike now. Yeah, Garcia's a heavy pull hitter, 41.7% this season, but he has bopped both of his home runs in this series to right field. as the 2-1 comes in. Slider misses down and away, and the count goes to 3-1. Well, I said it in pregame, Watson is definitely wanting to improve upon that slider. And he's definitely using it a lot more often early on here, seeing if he can use it for swings and misses. Just hasn't happened yet. The 3-1. Slider misses away, and it's ball 4. It's led to back-to-back walks now. And still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning, as Watson is already up to 19 pitches. Here's Alfredo Rodriguez, right-hander. First pitch home. Rodriguez watches a called strike on the slider. Bit away, and the count starts out at 0-1. 273 average for Rodriguez this season, 667 OPS in 8 games played, a double, no triples, a homer, 5 batted in. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first of a 1-1 game, but runners at first and second. Double play would be nice. The 0-2. Curveball skips in, and the count goes to a ball and a strike now. First time we've actually seen that curveball, I think, from Ryan Watson, at least since Jack Dunn's plate appearance. Watson looks back, runner at second twice, fires the 1-1, and it's grounded over to second, should be 2. Prieto sidearms to Ortiz, it's sent on to Dashbach, and they're in time. A 4-6-3 double play gets Watson back into groove. Jake Alou moves to third base, but now there's 2 gone. Let's get you that defensive alignment for Bowie now that we've got the chance. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Greg Cullen, Dylan Harris, Christopher Cespedes, A.J. Graffinino at third, Joey Ortiz at short, Cesar Prieto at second, Andrew Dashbach at first, and Cody Roberts catches behind the plate for Ryan Watson on the mound. Here's Justin Connell. Right-hander bats .252 with a .780 OPS this season in 46 games. First pitch home to him. Connell watches a called strike. Fastball, make that the changeup actually, hits away, and the count starts out at 0-1. Baysox in their all gray road uniforms. The orange block Bowie letters on the front side, black cap, orange brim. Alternate red uniforms for Harrisburg, the H logo on the left breast. 0-1 pitch skips in the curve, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike on Justin Connell. White pants and the black cap with red brim for Harrisburg. Connell has 7 doubles this year, 7 homers, 19 runs driven in. He's driven in 4 against Bowie already this season. So Watson sets. Sends in the 1-1. And it's lined up the middle of base hit. That'll score Alou. Harrisburg takes the 2-1 lead. RBI number 20 for Connell this season. Does put Watson in a little bit easier scenario to work with, but it does mean he surrendered the lead, so give and take, I suppose. Well, we're already off and running in this game. Here's Drew Millis. Switch hitting catcher is the DH today. Of course, bats lefty with runner at first and 2 outs. First pitch. Misses away the slider, and the count starts out at 1-0. Millis, a 185 mark this season. 563 OPS in 22 games played. 3 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 8 runs driven in. Watson up to 26 pitches right now. He fires the 1-0. Oh, that one he probably should have got. That slider just missed on the upper outside corner. Doing everything he can to get that slider to place, and when he finally gets it on a good-looking spot, he doesn't get the call. Count goes to 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Millis watches a called strike. Slider again, this time hits down, and the count goes to 2-1. So Ryan Watson on the season, a 3-1 record, a 3.05 ERA. 9 games, 7 starts after opening the season as a piggyback of Garrett Stallings. 41 in the third innings, 46 strikeouts, 8 walks, only 6 home runs until he gave up the leadoff homer to Jack Dunn in this inning. Next pitch. That one called a strike. Fastball nicks the inside edge, and the count goes even at 2. If Watson loses Millis here, hopefully he won't now that he's got a 2-2 count with 2 strikes, we might see an arm warming. Pickoff throw back to first, not in time. Watson sets. Sends home the 2-2. In there, strike three. Got him with the curveball away, and the inning is over on Watson's first punch out, but not before Harrisburg strikes back and takes the lead. Leadoff home run by Jack Dunn, and later an RBI single by Justin Connell. As we move to the second here at FNB Field, Bowie trails 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's two of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms. And on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it. So get your tickets now at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Baseball is a game of specialists, base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Back to action here for the second inning as Bowie now trails 2-1. Cody Roberts will open up the frame at the plate for the Baysox. Matt Sabatis with you as Alex Troop continues to deal for Harrisburg. The first pitch over to the right-hander Roberts is a called strike on a changeup down and away. Count opens up at 0-1 on Roberts. Next pitch, fastball up and in, 1-1. So it's Roberts, J.D. Mundy, and Andrew Dashbach due up in this half inning as Troop only needed 13 pitches for that first. Gave up the solo home run. Here's a slow grounder to short. And to crack the bat as Alfredo Rodriguez gloves on the run. Sends it over to first, and it's there in time for a 6-3 putout. One away. Yeah, Troop had started the season in the bullpen for Harrisburg. He's only made 2 starts, one against Hartford back in late April. That was more of a spot start, and he got roughed up slightly. Took a no decision, but Harrisburg still lost. And then his last appearance was a just flat-out fantastic start against the Erie Seawolves. Here's J.D. Mundy. First pitch called a strike and a low changeup. It's 0-1. Yeah, Troop fired 5 scoreless, only allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, struck out 8 batters. Picked up the win. Next pitch, called strike, changeup low again on Mundy, and the count already 0-2. Mundy a .226 average this season with Bowie, .644 OPS in 35 games played. 9 doubles, 2 homers, 13 driven in. Next pitch, a check swing on a changeup down. They appeal, but he didn't go. That's the right call. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes here on Mundy. Again, Bowie trailing 2-1 here in the top of the second inning. Game 4 of this 7-game set. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Mundy chases on a fastball high, and he's down on strikes. Second strikeout for Alex Troop today. And now on to Andrew Dashbach. Lefty on righty, first pitch. Dashbach watches high. Fastball just misses, and the count starts out at 1-0. 187 average for Dashbach this season, a .710 OPS in 43 games played, a double 8 homers, 21 runs driven in. Next pitch, misses high again. trying to get him to chase on those high fastballs early, and I said it about Troop early on. Works with those high fastballs. Sometimes the breaking pitches for his swing and miss stuff, but teams pick up home runs because of that. Next offering is swung on and missed. That was the changeup away. Count to 2-1 on Dashbach. That's what happened with Cesar Prieto. Saw a high pitch and drilled it. Next pitch fouled off back behind home plate. And the count goes even at 2. Bases empty, 2 away here in the top of the second inning. As the 2-2 comes in, Dashbach swings and misses, and he's down on strikes. 3 up, 3 down inning for Alex Troop. Needed just 12 pitches to get it done. And as we move to the bottom of the second, Bowie trails 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Back to action for the bottom of the second here in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 2-1. Matt Sabata says Brady Lindsley will get into the dish. You got so many of these left-handed and switch-hitting catchers for Harrisburg. Millis, the switch hitter, Lindsley, the left-hander, both catchers, but of course they both throw right-hander. You don't get left-handed catchers. It's just not a thing. First pitch home to the lefty Lindsley is called a strike and a curveball inside. Count opens up at 0-1. 7, 8, and 9 due up in this half inning for Harrisburg with Lindsley, then Mitch Longo and Jackson Clough. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lindsley grounds it foul, third base side, and the count already to 0-2. 238 average for Brady Lindsley this season, a 711 OPS. He gets Slurpee along with his at-bat. 27 games played, 4 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 14 runs driven in. Here's the 0-2. Swinging just a piece, held on for the slider down and away. So that was a good pitcher's pitch. That's when you brought it out for the out pitch. And it almost worked. Lindsley just barely held on. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Sent the curveball down. It ate some dirt, so Cody Roberts has to pick and send it to first, but he gets it there. Second strikeout for Ryan Watson. He's got them against back-to-back batters now. So now here's Mitch Longo. Heavy lefty presence on the bottom of the lineup, most notably for Harrisburg today. Between Lindsley, Longo, and Clough, all 3 left-handers. They play him to pull, third base in the baseline. First pitch. There's the curve, a beauty. Called for strike, sits middle, and the count opens up at 0-1. So yeah, we were seeing a heavy slider presence from Ryan Watson in that first inning, but now it's evening up a little. Bringing out the curveball some more now after they got used to that slider. Here's a ground ball over toward the right side, but it sneaks through for a base hit. Cesar Prieto gave it a run as the runner tries to go to second. The throw from the outfield is too high. Christopher Cespedes rushed it. And Mitch Longo slides in safely, sneaking in that second base for a double. 6th double of the season for Longo. Yeah, Cespedes was just trying to lob it in at first, and in that same motion, he realized he had to get some zip behind it, and combining those two, the original lob and then adding some power, he just overthrew the ball. Here's Jackson Clough. This is a speedy Harrisburg team. While they do only have 36 stolen bases, same as Bowie, they've clearly attempted plenty in this series and tried to stretch a lot of these singles. First pitch to Clough, called a strike on a fastball bottom edge. 0-1 to start. Clough just a 167 average this season for the Senators. 488 OPS in 45 games played. Watson sets. Fires the 0-1. Just barely misses. Slider down. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Clough has struck out 9 times against the Baysox already this season, has a very high strikeout rate. 42% this year. As the 1-1 comes in, he swings and fouls it off. Just a piece on the curveball low. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Runner at second, 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Harrisburg trying to increase as Bowie trails 2-1. Watson sets, first base side of the rubber. Holds the stare, has to fire, finally does. The 1-2 is a slider that misses away. Always got to be mindful of that pitch clock, especially these days. Where the broadcast location is situated here at FNB Field, don't actually get too good of a sight line of the pitch clocks in this ballpark. Of course, they're intended to be seen by the players and the umpires on the field, more so than anyone else. The 2-2. Misses high, a fastball up and away, and the count runs full. Surprisingly, just the second full count that Ryan Watson has worked to today, when he is already up to 41 pitches. Jack Dunn worked a full count to open the first inning and eventually lofted that home run through the wind. Well, I should say more accurately, with the wind into left field. Payoff to Clough, fouled off left side, and the count holds. Clough this season only hitting .056 on full counts. Strikeout rate is just about on par with his season rate, but he does draw a walk about 20% of the time. Watson is really getting up there early in pitch count. This next offering will be number 43. Another 3-2. High ball 4. Third walk given up by Ryan Watson today. Already ties a season's high for him. Go ahead and call it a career high, tying 3 as well. And all coming with just only 1 out recorded in the second inning. Bowie pitching has been having a tough time. Starters, more specifically, here in this series. Back to the top of the lineup in Jack Dunn with runners at first and second, only 1 out. First pitch, right-hander. Watches pitch miss low, a changeup. Count starts out at 1-0. And Dunn battled for 8 pitches before serving a home run after the short porch in left, where the wall drops down slightly and cuts in to allow for more seating. But still 325 feet away, so it's not like it's a short porch. Here's the next pitch, a fastball called strike on the inside edge. And the count evens at 1 on Dunn. Watson has been plagued by the long ball a little bit this season as well. He gave up home runs in 5 consecutive games before not giving one up earlier this road trip against Altoona. 1-1. Ground ball foul, right side. Count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Shadows stretching across the entire batting circle right now. Rest of the infield, most of the outfield still covered in bright sunlight. Lights on here, but not really carrying any of the load. Watson looks for the K, the 1-2. just misses. Oh, that's a tough call on the slider. Count goes even at 2. We saw a similar pitch back in the first inning. I think it was the one to Wilson Garcia. That one dotted the upper outside corner, and Watson just missed out. Runs the count even. The 2-2 here. Down and away. Changeup runs it full. Back-to-back full counts. Watson is laboring right now. And he's not getting too much help from the fellas behind the plate. And I'm not talking about Cody Roberts. Holds ball behind waist. Comes set up to the back ear. Drops down to the waist. And fires the payoff. Fouled off back behind the screen. Dunn stays alive for another one. We'll do it once more after that high fastball. As Bowie trails 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Dunn had the game-tying solo home run to open the first after Cesar Prieto hit his first Double-A home run, a solo shot in the top of the first. Harrisburg added on one more and an RBI single from Justin Connell. And now they've got 2 aboard here with 1 out in the second. See if runners go. Another payoff. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Pumped a fastball inside, and Watson wins the second battle with Dunn. Another lengthy plate appearance ends with Watson's 3rd strikeout. That's an excellent rebound for Ryan Watson. After giving up the double, the lengthy walk to Jackson Clough, and then fighting back to strike out the guy who homered off of you just an inning ago. So now 2 away, here's Jake Alou. First pitch to the left-hander. Called a strike, inside edge on the curve. Count opens up at 0-1. Alou walked back in the first inning. Made it to second on another walk. Then to third on a double play. And scored on Justin Connell's RBI single up the middle. Here's the 0-1. Alou. Oh, how did that one miss? Oh, my goodness. That curveball was perfect on the outside corner, and Watson just didn't get the call. So it runs the count even at 1. Watson holds a stare back to second and finally delivers. It's down and inside the slider. Counts at 2 balls and a strike now. Watson sets again. And delivers the next. Line drive, shallow right center, and it's down for a base hit. This will score 1. Longo routes third and comes home as Harris mishandles the ball. Running through the stop sign, Clough comes home and he scores. Will probably go down as a hit and an error. It does. So it'll be 1 RBI for Jake Alou. Jackson Clough scores on the error, but it doesn't matter. 2 more runs across for Harrisburg, and it's 4-1 Senators. So at the moment, the second run is unearned, but that could change depending on how the inning goes. And it's going to lead to a mound visit with Josh Conway as Shelton Perkins is getting up and warm in the Bowie bullpen. It's the first error for Dylan Harris in center field this season, but only his 3rd game in center. And I still think he makes up for it with all the fantastic assists that he's made in the outfield this year for Bowie. Fans, don't forget about MILB.TV. The Orioles' future is always on MILB.TV since every game this season for the Baysox, home and away, is streamed live. The only way to watch the Baysox on any device this year is on MILB.TV. Use the promo code Baysox in all caps at checkout to save $10 on a yearly subscription. Visit MILB.TV for details today. Bowie trails 4-1, however, here in the bottom of the second inning. Baysox had the early lead thanks to a solo home run. The second batter of the game, Cesar Prieto, his first at the AA level. But then Harrisburg tied the game on the first batter of the first inning. Jack Dunn hitting it with the wind into left field. Jake Alou and Wilson Garcia drew back-to-back walks. A double play pushed Alou to third, and Justin Connell singled him home. After a one-out double and walk here in the bottom of the second, Jack Dunn struck out swinging, but then Jake Alou singled up the middle, drove in one run, and another scored on an error in center field by Dylan Harris on the play. And now it brings up switch hitter Wilson Garcia with runner at first, still 2 outs. Watson kicks and fires the first. Garcia watches fastball miss in, and the count starts out at 1-0. Yeah, Garcia drew a walk on a 3-1 count. That tells you that it's a couple of factors working against Ryan Watson right now. His location a little bit off. I think he's trying for the slider more, which isn't as consistent as his fastball. The next one hits Garcia on the inside ankle. He falls to his back as he was trying to avoid it, but he couldn't get out of the way fast enough. Fortunately, I think he got that mostly on the foot. Didn't get the ankle as hard, but he is going to take first base anyway. So it's first and second now with 2 outs. And now Alfredo Rodriguez will come up. But yeah, if you're walking Garcia, then something's not working. And I said it, it's partly extra use of the slider as Watson tries to get handle of it against live batters, 1. And 2, just not getting some of the calls that he probably should be getting, at least when we base it off of what the TrackMan readout is giving, because Garcia is not a walking type. That was only his 5th walk all season in 48 games. And now he's on base for the second time today as Rodriguez digs in with runners at first and second, still 2 outs. Here's the first pitch to the right-hander. Fouled off back behind the screen to the sweet level. And the count starts out at 0-1. Rodriguez hit into the double play that looked like might have saved Watson's bacon in the first inning. But it didn't end the frame, and Harrisburg still put on a go-ahead run in that inning. Bowie went down in order in the second on just 12 pitches with 2 strikeouts from Alex Troop. And now they trail by 2 more runs. It's a 4-1 game. Watson does a little half squat as he comes to terms with the signs for Cody Roberts. Comes set. Sends home the 0-1 to Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. Waved at a curveball down. Count to 0-2. This is another lengthy inning for Watson. Looks like Shelton Perkins might be done warming up. If Alfredo Rodriguez reaches here, Watson is probably done. Wind pushing out to left. Another 0-2. Misses away. Change up that time. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. You don't see too many starters stick around after throwing 30 pitches in consecutive innings. Watson threw 30 in the first. This next pitch is going to be his 30th here in the second. The 1-2. Swinging a slow bouncer to third. Graffinino running in, picks it on the bare hand, fires to first, and it's there in time. Close 5-3 put out. Graffinino's got those long legs to help him get there and end the inning. But 2 more runs across for Harrisburg. An RBI single by Jake Alou and another run across on an error. It's unearned, but still a damaging one. We're on to the third here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. but less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Third inning here at FNB Field, and the first pitch home to A.J. Graffinino is popped up to left field. Running in Mitch Longo, and he makes the catch. It's nothing, well, I'm not going to say nothing in one, but I mean that's one out. Well, I tell you, they've instituted this new pitch clock, and even so, some of these starters, a lot of times, they're not too worried about, the pitch clock and the clock between innings. Alex Troop delivered that pitch with probably about 20, 30 seconds left to go before he had to, and it caught me coming right out of the break. As he fires the first pitch home to Christopher Cespedes here, it's called a strike, 0-1. So we're in the top of the third, if you're just catching up. Bowie trails 4-1 as the next pitch to Cespedes misses low, a changeup. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Baysox continuing on this 13-game road trip, 7-game series. Next pitch swung on and missed, high slider. And the count goes to 1-2 on Cespedes, who's batting .200 this season with a .581 OPS. 10 games played for the Baysox, 2 doubles, no homers, a run driven in. Troop still with the quick rhythm. The 1-2 is lined over toward left and through for a base hit. Alfredo Rodriguez at short gave it a look, but couldn't reach it. Cespedes has the first hit for Bowie since Cesar Prieto's solo home run in the first. Back to the top of the lineup, here's Dylan Harris. Baysox return home for a 7-game series on Tuesday, June 14th, when the Binghamton Rumble Ponies come to town. Features 2 different fireworks shows. Friday the 17th, it's presented by DCA Imaging Systems, and Saturday the 18th, it's presented by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, part of the Roberto Clemente and Latin baseball celebration. I believe the Baysox are going to be wearing specialty jerseys to benefit the Clemente Foundation as well. First pitch to Dylan Harris misses away on a change. Count opens up at 1-0. Harris struck out on a 2-2 pitch back in the first inning, and the next offering home is a fastball that just misses low again, and the count goes to 2-0. Runner at first, 1 away. Next pitch, Harris watches, called strike, fastball hit the bottom edge, and the count to 2-1. Well, things are already in a very tricky situation for the Baysox. 60 pitches for Ryan Watson, just over 2 innings. He's allowed 2 runs in both. As the 2-1 comes in, it's called a strike on a changeup away. The count evens at 2 on Harris. But right now, they're just like a bloop and a blast from getting within 1 run. That's nowhere outside the realm of possibility, especially Dylan Harris. He had a 2-run home run last night. Here's the 2-2. Misses down a slider. Count runs full. First full count today that Alex Troop has worked into. Opponents hitting him well on full counts. 5 for 13. 7 strikeouts, 5 walks. Here's the payoff. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Umpire had to jump out of the way of that one as it's picked in center by Jack Dunn. He'll send it back to the infield as Cespedes goes to second and stops there. But Harris now has hits in, 5 consecutive games? Pretty good streak for Harris, bookending his time with AAA Norfolk. And now Bowie is talking about tying run at the plate with Cesar Prieto, who had a solo home run back in the first inning. Took the first pitch he saw from Troop, so I wonder if he'll even attack the first pitch here. If I'm Troop, I don't feed him anything in the zone. Here's the first. Oh, he did. Fastball called a strike on the top half. That's Troop's bread and butter. And Prieto didn't expect it. 0-1 to start. Here's the 0-1. Prieto checks his swing. That fastball a little too high this time. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. First and second, one away here in the top of the third inning. Bowie trails 4-1 as the next pitch comes home and Prieto grounds it to first. Good scoop on the pick by Wilson Garcia. He'll take it to first base, but with his momentum, that's the only place he can take it. Runners advance on the 3 unassisted putout as Cesar Prieto is retired for the second out of the inning. Now here's Joey Ortiz. Ortiz has usually been a good drive-him-in candidate. 220 average this season, about 15 points higher than his overall season. As the first pitch comes in, and the right-hander serves it up the middle for a base hit. This will score 2. Harris rounds third. He comes home. Cespedes already across. A 2 RBI single for Joey Ortiz, and the Baysox are back on the board. It's a 1-run game. Harrisburg ahead 4-3. Just as I was saying it, Ortiz, a big knock-him-in candidate. That breaks out of a mild hitless skid for him. After coming up 0 in Game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader, he's now got hits in 3 of his last 4 games. Now here's Greg Cullen. First pitch fouled off back behind home plate. It's 0-1 to start. So now tying run on base for Bowie. While things were looking tricky, and they are still going to be a bit tricky for Bowie because if Ryan Watson comes back out, he's already 60 pitches deep, only going 2 innings. Here's the 0-1 Noah pickoff throw from the left-hander. Gets back to first base, but no tag is applied as Ortiz slides in safely. Runner at first, 2 away as Bowie trails by 1. Here's the next. Cullen watches high on a fastball. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Ortiz up to 26 RBI on the season after that 2 RBI knock. If I'm not mistaken, he now leads the team with the departure of Gunnar Henderson and Jordan Westbrook. Cullen pops this one up behind home. Lindsley sheds the mask, trying to find it against the sun and the shade, and he does. On the warning track in front of the Baysox dugout, and that ends the inning. But Bowie gets back on the board, a 2-out, 2 RBI single by Joey Ortiz. And as we move to the bottom of the third here at FNB Field in Harrisburg, the Senators lead 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Make sure you've got your Jedi cloaks ready on Saturday, July 16th for Star Wars Saturday at Prince George's Stadium. Meet dozens of Star Wars characters out at the ballpark, take part in interactive exhibits and lightsaber battles, and you can bid on specialty game-worn jerseys by the Baysox players at the game. It's all sponsored by Taco Bell, and it comes your way on Saturday, July 16th. So get your tickets now for Star Wars Saturday at the ballpark by heading to Baysox.com.
Fans, don't forget to get your tickets for Friday, July 15th, when Jimmy J.J. Walker, legendary actor and comedian, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, makes his way out to Prince George's Stadium for Dynamite Night. There's also a free bucket hat giveaway in the works, so head on to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets for that. That's Friday, July 15th. Bottom of the third inning here in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 4-3. Ryan Watson is back to work, already 60 pitches deep, and he fires a first pitch changeup, misses away to Justin Connell, 1-0. Here's the next. Connell watches Slider miss out, and the count to 2-0 already. It's Connell, then the switch hitter Drew Millis, and left-hander Brady Lindsley due up in this half inning, as Watson has been having a very long day after only recording 6 outs. He fires the next. Oh, come on. That slider looked like it was there. He can't get anything on the top half of the zone right now, and Watson is having a tough time compensating for that fact. It runs the count to 3-0. Here's the next. Connell watches fastball called for strike on the bottom half. It was a delayed call. He had hovered in the box and realized nothing was coming, so he started to walk across home plate, but had to get called back in. Count runs to 3-1. Watson fires the next, and it's lined foul over toward the third base side. You gotta watch out. There's a fan that has back turned the entire time, and it was nearly ticketed for the back of his head. Ooh, 107 miles an hour off the bat. Be careful. But it runs the count full. Watson, 3 strikeouts so far today. Shakes off a couple from Roberts, and we'll have to call for time. Well, no, he gets it through. Fires home, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a changeup high. I thought the clock was going to expire, but Watson got it moving, and Connell strikes out swinging. 4th strikeout for Watson today. Now here's Drew Millis. First pitch home to the switch hitter. Called a strike. Fastball sits middle. And it's 0-1 to start. Millis struck out swinging back in the first inning. Here's the next. Swing and a miss. Curveball down, and it's already to 0-2. Watson looks for the 3-pitch K. 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Home plate umpire says he went. So it's called strike 3 on the bottom edge. Back-to-back punch-outs for Watson. He's up to 5 on the day. Doing the quick math here on Ryan Watson. He's averaging about 4.6 pitches per batter faced so far in this outing. That's a very high number, something you really don't want to see too often. As Brady Lindsley gets in, the first pitch to the left-hander is called a strike. Got him with a fastball in the upper outside corner. We've seen those pitches called for ball before in this game, so that intrigues me. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider low, and it's already 0-2, but it looks like Watson is getting back into the rhythm right now. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a curveball in the dirt. Roberts gloves and sends it to Dashbach covering, but Watson strikes out the side here in the bottom of the third. A great rebound for Waddy on 12 pitches. We're on to the 4th here at FNB Field as Bowie trails 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Fans Cares around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. No appointment needed. Learn more at patientfirst.com. We're on to the fourth here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 4-3. 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup due up here as Alex Troop continues to deal. And the first pitch home from the left-hander misses wide to Cody Roberts. It's 0-1, or 1-0 rather. Roberts grounded out to short to open the second inning. Next pitch here, called a strike and a fastball inside. Count evens at 1. So far, it's been an efficient-ish kind of day for Troop. 43 pitches through 3 innings of the 3-run ball. The 1-1. Roberts bounces it hard to the right side and through the gap for a base hit. Ground ball single for Roberts. He's got hits in 9 of his last 10 games now for Bowie after missing out on extending his 8-game hit streak yesterday in the nightcap of the doubleheader. But now a tying run opens the inning on base for Bowie as J.D. Mundy comes up to bat. Lefty on lefty, Mundy hitting only 158 against his fellow Southpaws this season as the first pitch is swung on him, missed low. Count starts out at 0-1. Mundy's actually had better contact numbers, though, against left-handers this season. Strikeout rate a lot lower than his overall season rate. As the next is called a strike. Fastball hits top half. Mundy flinched at it, but count already to 0-2. Mundy did strike out swinging, however, back in the second inning. That was part of a 1-2-3 inning for Troop. Baysox rebounded for 2 runs in the third to make it a 1-run game. Here's the 0-2. Mundy checks his swing. Changeup just missed low. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Shadows still just slowly creeping their way across the playing surface, now about halfway between the pitcher's mound and the batter's circle, but the rest of the infield in sun. As the 1-2 is called strike 3. Got him with a changeup on the outside. Mundy again flinched. Troop logs his 4th strikeout of the day. Now here's Andrew Dashbach. First pitch, Dashbach swings through a changeup low. And the count starts out at 0-1. Well, some old friends doing well up at AAA right now. Gunnar Henderson, if you saw yesterday, had his first AAA home run on the second pitch he saw, as the next offering to Dashbach is swung on and missed on a high fastball, 0-2. Jordan Westberg had a multi-hit game yesterday in his AAA debut as well. And that's his first AAA home run of the season earlier today, part of a doubleheader for the Norfolk Tides. Here's the 0-2. Check swing, misses low. They appeal on it. The home plate umpire doesn't even grant an appeal. Just runs the count to 1-2. We had Norfolk playing 2 today with Nashville. They currently lead 4-2 in the bottom of the third over there at First Horizon Park in Tennessee. 1-2 pitch, swinging a piece into the mid of the catcher. Dashbach is down on strikes. Back-to-back punch-outs for Troop. He's got 5 on the day. And after the leadoff single, Bowie in danger of stranding a tying run on base. Around the rest of the O's organization, Delmarva trailing Fayetteville. That's a Houston affiliate, 3-1. They're in the bottom of the second. And then Aberdeen behind Brooklyn, 1-0 in the top of the third up in New York. First pitch to A.J. Graffinino misses high. Fastball opens the count up at 1-0. Graffinino flew out to left field back in the third inning. Wind still pushing out fairly heavily to left right now. I can't hear it too much simply because this broadcast location is on the right side of the infield. Here's the next. Grounded to the right side of the infield, but perfectly placed. The second baseman, Jackson Clough, scoops it. Sends it over to first and ends the inning. Bowie gets a leadoff single. That's a tying run, but can't do anything with it. As we go to the bottom of the fourth here at FNB Field in Harrisburg, the Baysox trail 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Hey Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Bottom of the fourth here in Harrisburg, a 4-3 ball game as Bowie trails. Matt Sabatis back with you with Ryan Watson getting back to work after his best inning of the evening. Struck out the side on 12 pitches, all swinging. After working Justin Connell to a full count, he didn't give up a single pitch outside of the zone of the following 2 batters. He faces 8-9-1 here in this inning. First pitch to Mitch Longo is a fastball called for strike bottom half. Count opens up at 0-1. Longo doubled and scored back in the second inning. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, flinched on, high fastball just misses. Cody Roberts, though, points out, says that was on point. Runs the count even in a ball and a strike, however. Here's the next. Longo pops it up, foul, third base side. That one will curl out of play. Touchdown in the Baysox bullpen as it looks like Sheldon Perkins is up and moving again for Bowie. That's what's going to happen when your starting pitcher throws 72 through 3 innings. Bowie just wanted to see how much they could get out of him as Watson continued to move through frames. Here's the next. 1-2 again fouled off left side. So now the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes here on Longo. As a matter of fact, is that Perkins? I don't believe that's Perkins. That might be Adam Stauffer. I believe that is Stauffer. Here's another 1-2. Check swing, pitch in the dirt, and he went around. Home plate umpire says you're out. Longo strikes out swinging, and he doesn't go at first, was just more frustrated at getting called out by the home plate umpire. That's 7 strikeouts for Ryan Watson so far, 4 in a row, and he's running right now. But we'll see if he finishes out this inning just based on his pitch count alone. 7 strikeouts ties the season high. As the first pitch home here to Jackson Cuff is called a strike on a curveball high. Last time Waddy struck out 7 was his Double-A debut back in that incredible mid-April day in Binghamton. Next pitch fouled off behind the plate left side. Count already to 0-2. Watson opened up with 4 perfect innings of relief. Struck out the first 4 batters he faced and finished with that 7. Trying to set a new season's high here with the 0-2 to Clough. Got him! Called strike 3 on a fastball inside. Watson's rebounded for 8 strikeouts today. An incredible performance as Bowie throws it around the horn and the lineup turns over for Harrisburg. That's the first backwards K for Waddy this evening. And you got to leave him in at this point. He's rallying for 5 consecutive strikeouts. But it is the 3rd trip through the order, so you've got to be careful. First pitch home to Jack Dunn. Misses just high. Fastball opens it up at 1-0. Dunn a 1 for 2 day. Homer to open up the first inning. Struck out swinging in the second. Next pitch. There's a called strike. Hit the changeup perfectly on the outside edge, and the count evens at 1. And now Watson's back in his rhythm. I like that part, too. He's not taking too many deep breaths. He's not shaking anything off. He's just coming set, quickly turning, kicking, and firing. The 1-1 lined out toward deep center field, but there's Harris. Inning over. Line out to straightaway center, and look at that. Watson's retired 7 straight batters, including 5 strikeouts. We're on to the fifth inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Bowie trails 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org, and let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey, coffee lovers! Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Well, glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you on a lovely night here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as we continue on with Game 4 in this 7-game series between Bowie and the Harrisburg Senators. Bowie trails 4-3 as we move into the 5th inning. Christopher Cespedes will lead things off for the Baysox, and the first pitch home to him misses down and inside. 1-0 to start. Cespedes singled and scored in the 5th inning. Joey Ortiz had the 2-out, 2 RBI knock, bringing Bowie within one as Troop delivers the next. Fastball misses high, and the count goes to 2-0. So Troop stretching into the 5th inning for the second consecutive start. Again, he started the season in the bullpen, made one spot start before shifting into this quasi-starter role earlier this month. Next pitch misses just up and away, a changeup, and the count goes to 3-0 on Cespedes. Here's the next. High ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to open. Maybe a bit ominous. That's only the second 3-ball count that Troop had given up, and his first walk overall today. Hadn't walked really much of anyone all season. 9 walks over 33 and 2/3 innings, 13 total appearances. Back to the top of the lineup, and Dylan Harris, first pitch. Called a strike on a high fastball. Count opens up at 0-1. Harris singled and scored in the 3rd inning, part of Bowie's 2-run frame. He struck out swinging back in the 1st. Here's the next. Harris flinches at a high fastball, pulled back in time. As the count goes even, at a ball and a strike. One, called a strike. Changeup hits the outside edge. And the count goes to 1-2 on Harris. Well, it's been good numbers so far for Troop. Been working as a starter this season. He fires the next in, and it just misses wide, a fastball to run the count even at 2 on Dylan Harris. Again, just only the 2 starts, of course, but still key numbers. 9 innings, only 2 earned runs with 2 walks and 12 strikeouts. But Bowie's been changing that up a lot here. The 2-2. Harris takes a half swing and pokes it foul, third base side. He was flinching as the ball came up and in. And when he tried to stop it, the ball just hit a little bit in on the hands. We've seen that a couple of times. I remember Hudson Haskin grounded out on a batted ball like that in the 10th inning against Altoona on Sunday. That was a very tough day for Haskin. Fortunately, Bowie was still able to score a run in that frame. Holds the count even at 2. Next pitch is swung on and missed high for strike 3. Air is down on strikes for the second time today. 6th overall punch out for Alex Troop, and there's one gone here in the top of the 5th. Cespedes has not attempted a stolen base yet with Bowie this season. We'll see if he tries as Cesar Prieto steps up. First pitch home, and the left-hander watches a called strike on a changeup, hits high. Well, runner on here is a good opportunity for Prieto. He's such a heavy pull hitter. He grounded out to first base his last time up when Wilson Garcia was hovered over toward the line. Here's a ground ball, foul, right side, and the count to 0-2. Garcia was playing at a traditional first base the last time Prieto was up because there were runners at first and second, so he didn't need to hold on the runner at first. Troop steps off the rubber briefly, resets the clock. Foots it on the first base side. Holds ball behind back and now comes set up against his back shoulder. Long stare at first. Finally the 0-2 to Prieto. Grounded right to Garcia at first. He mishandles it though on the glove. Can't get it to second. So Prieto is out for the second time, 3 unassisted. Talk about that hard pull hitting. Cespedes advances to second, but now there's 2 away. And what's this? Justin Lord coming out to talk with his pitcher. Yeah, it is Adam Stauffer loosening in the pen. He was getting up and moving while Ryan Watson was dealing in the 4th inning. But now Watson is really probably done. He's around 80 pitches at this point. Well, it looks like Harrisburg is getting someone up and tossing a left-hander in their own right. That's got to be Brian Gonzalez. 'Cause Carson Teal tossed yesterday. He's the only other left-hander on a roster aside from Alex Troop. Actually, no, I think that's a right-hander. Yeah, that is a right-hander. Here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch nearly nicks him. Misses inside, and the count starts out. I want to know. So they've got the bullpen facing the other way, so the pitchers are facing us. I'm used to it at Prince George's Stadium where the pitchers face the outfield wall. Next pitch to Ortiz, misses away. And the count goes to 2-0 on Joey. He had the 2-out, 2 RBI single in the 3rd inning that brought Bowie within 1. And now with runner at second base here in 2 outs, he could try to do it again and tie this game up. Troop looks back, runner at second, fires home, and Ortiz watches called strike on a wide fastball. Oh gosh. Ryan Watson missed out on a ton of those pitches. Runs the count to 2-1. Next pitch from Troop. Ortiz watches high, and it's 3-1. Troop's up there too. He's at 74 pitches. Oh, this next one will be 74. Close enough. So if he loses Ortiz, that's probably it for him. 3-1. Bounces in, gets away. Cespedes goes to third. That was the 2-1 pitch, my mistake, but still. Now it's 3-1. And the wild pitch has runner at third. No, that was the 3-1 pitch. Ortiz was just hanging in the box. I guess he forgot the count. So that's the second walk given up by Troop. And let's see if that is the end of his day. So Greg Cullen digs into the box. He is 0 for 2. He's popped out in foul territory twice. Once to third base in the first, and then once to the catcher in the third. Here's the first pitch. Cullen watches fastball called for strike, middle. 0-1 to start. Cullen only 1 for 5 this season with Bowie with runners in scoring position, but does have 2 runs driven in. As the 0-1 comes in, he swings through it, a changeup low, and the count quickly to 0-2. Well, the fact is right now is that the Baysox are still threatening. When they fell behind 4-1, they didn't roll over, and that's something I've always liked about this team. The 0-2 to Cullen is instead a pickoff throw, loftily tossed to first. No tag applied. So we'll wait on the 0-2 to Cullen. Here it is. Checked on, high fastball, no appeal asked for. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. See if Ortiz takes off at some point. He'll stay put on the lefty as the 1-2 is grounded to first where Wilson Garcia is shaded. He held on the runner, and twice this inning, the Baysox hit it right up the line to the first baseman, taking away their chances at tying this game. Another 3 unassisted ends the threat, and Bowie strands 2 aboard as we're halfway home here at FNB Field. Bottom of the 5th coming up as Bowie trails 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
Bottom of the 5th here in Harrisburg. As Bowie trails 4-3, the Baysox will dip into their bullpen for the first time today. Adam Stauffer taking over. Faces off against 2, 3, and 4 in the Senators lineup. And the first pitch home to Jake Alou is a fastball called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. The day is done for Ryan Watson, and while it is a losing effort right now, he could get bailed out at some point, and he did recover nicely. Next pitch to Alou, called a strike on a low changeup, 0-2. Watson tossed 4 innings, gave up 4 hits and 4 runs, only 3 of which were earned. He struck out 8 and walked 3. That 8 strikeouts is a season's high. Next pitch from Stauffer, inside. Fastball runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. After Alou, it's Wilson Garcia, then Alfredo Rodriguez. But Watson, most importantly, retired the final 7 batters he faced, struck out 5 of them. Great return. Here's the 1-2. Slow grounder, foul, third base side, count holds. But he hands things off to Stauffer now. I imagine Stauffer will be able to take a good handful of innings. 6'7", 240-pound right-hander, 19th round draft selection in 2017 from nearby Coatesville High School. Here's the 1-2. A beauty of a breaking ball, just misses up and away. Little two-plane movement on the curve there, but it runs the count even at 2. Here's the next. Alou watches curveball again, this time inside. And from ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. It's now run full. Alou steps out, steps back in. He's 1 for 1 in the day. RBI single in the second. A walk and a run in the first inning. The 3-2 pitch. Grounded foul. First base side. Will do it again. Plenty of full counts in this game. That much can be said. Jack Dunn has drawn a pair. This is the first for Alou. Justin Connell had one in the 3rd inning. Jackson Clough had one in the 2nd inning. It was a long day for Watson. 83 pitches over 4 innings. Here's another 3-2, lifted out toward right center field, but shallow. Dylan Harris running over, calls off Christopher Cespedes, and it's the center fielder to make the catch. So Stauffer picks up the first win. Now on to Wilson Garcia. Stauffer this season, 8 appearances out of the bullpen. He's without a record, but has a 2.61 ERA. That's one of the best out of any reliever for Bowie this season. 20 2/3 innings of work. He struck out 21 batters and walked 4. Has allowed 3 home runs. That's where most of his damage has been. First pitch home to the switch hitter Garcia is a swing and a miss on a curveball down and inside. 0-1 to open. Stauffer is coming off of an outing in Altoona when he did allow an unearned run. He's usually the one to follow Antonio Velez or Ryan Watson. Usually switches up from time to time. As the next pitch to Garcia is fouled off, back to the screen on a high fastball, 0-2. But Stauffer tossed 3 innings in a losing effort for Bowie. Antonio Velez took the loss after getting roughed up for 4 runs. 0-2 pitch, slow grounder foul, first base side, count holds. But Stauffer came in, retired the first 6 batters he faced, but then gave up a walk, a fielder's choice, took out the lead runner, but an error allowed the back runner to move to second base, and then an RBI single after that. Stauffer would get a double play to end the inning. Next pitch popped up, foul, behind home plate. Roberts sheds the mask, and he'll tread a little bit behind the batting circle, but he'll watch it get out. Count stays at 0-2 on Wilson Garcia. Well, this ballpark has one of those small, unique features. Around the batting circle, it's that small little semicircle of turf. No grass, but it says FNB Field. A nice design. The 0-2 misses down, a little bit away on a fastball, and the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes here on Wilson Garcia. Garcia walked in the first, taken out on a double play, hit by a pitch in the second, and was left stranded. The 1-2. Swinging a slow bouncer over to the right side. Cesar Prieto placed perfectly at second. He scoops and sends it to first for the out, 4-3. And it's 2 up, 2 down for Stauffer out of the pen. Well, the Baysox have actually been getting some really reliable work from their relievers lately. Unfortunately, their bullpen ERA is still the highest in the Eastern League at 4.69. But recently, over their last 6 games, Bowie relievers have held opponents to just 2 earned runs in 26 1/3 innings. First pitch here to Alfredo Rodriguez is lined to right field for a base hit. Picked at the shoe tops by Christopher Cespedes, and he rips it back to the infield, holding Rodriguez to just a single. Rodriguez has hits in back-to-back games now after picking up a single in Game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. So the inning extends. Now Justin Connell here with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. Bowie still trails 4-3. But they're making progress. It was a string of 9 consecutive batters retired by Baysox pitching since Wilson Garcia was hit by a pitch in the second. Broken up by Rodriguez's single. And the first pitch here to Justin Connell is a beautiful breaking ball called for strike that just hits the top half of the zone. Count opens up at 0-1. But how about that number, though? 26 1/3 innings for Bowie pitching over the last 6 games and only 2 earned runs. That's a minuscule 0.68 ERA. Next pitch fouled off, third base side. Count already to 0-2 on Connell. First pitch strikes to all 4 batters out of the pen as well for Adam Stauffer, so he's not wasting any time. And this is exactly what Bowie has been needing lately. Good relief outings to hold on to leads and not let deficits balloon. Give the offense a chance to come back. 0-2 the count on Connell. Pick off, no tag. Rodriguez zipped back in safely. He's only attempted one steal this season, and he was caught. And again, Bowie, it only takes about a game or two each series, but they show that opponents really have to be positive that they're going to steal the base if they even want to try for it. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a bouncing ball over towards short, running in and picking is Ortiz. Charges, fires, got him at first. Inning is over, 2-out single of no consequence. And as we move to the 6th here at FNB Field in Harrisburg, Bowie trails 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Only 2 chances to catch fireworks in June on the 17th and 18th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Hope to see you there.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Sixth inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 4-3. Matt Sabatas with you as the Senators dip into the bullpen for the first time today. Alex Troop will call it a day, and he's in line for a win. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned for Troop. He struck out 6 and walked 2. Did give up a home run. It was a solo blast to Cesar Prieto in the first inning. As Richard Wash takes over for the Senators, he faces off against Cody Roberts to start, and the first pitch to Roberts misses just wide on a fastball, 1-0 to open. Roberts 1 for 2, singled to right field in the 4th inning to open the frame, represented a tying run, but he was left stranded at first. Here's the 1-0. Not sure how that fastball missed. Up and in, but on the readout, that one looked to be a clear-cut strike, 2-0. Zones have definitely been very tight over the past couple of weeks. Here's the 2-0 to Roberts. Down and away. That one clear cut is a ball. 3-0. After Roberts, it's J.D. Mundy and Andrew Dashbach due up for Bowie. If any reach, A.J. Graffinino will follow. Straight up on the infield as the 3-0 comes into Roberts, and it's right down Broadway for a called strike, 3-1. Richard Wash, a 6'4", 205-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Santiago de Cuba in Cuba, traded to the Nationals in 2021 from Oakland. Here's a ground ball foul, third base side, and the count runs full here on the leadoff batter in the 6th inning. Game's moving so fast, I thought we were still in the 4th for some reason. Wash, the number 27 prospect in the Nationals organization, according to MLB Pipeline. Kicks and fires the payoff to Roberts, and it's served foul, right side out of play. Little floating liner there, keeps the count full. Wash on the season for Harrisburg, 11 appearances, a 2-7 record. 6.63 ERA with 38 innings of work. Next pitch to Roberts, misses down and away on a fastball for ball 4. Leadoff walk, Roberts opens the frame on base again. First walk for Wash, 3rd overall for Harrisburg pitching, and now on to J.D. Mundy. Here's Mundy, first pitch. Left-hander watches high, a fastball. It's 1-0 to start. I don't check these leaderboards too often. Especially don't check them for other teams too often. But I wonder where Wash has to lead the league in losses. He does. I can tell you that because I know Antonio Velez is second in the league in losses with 6. Next pitch to Mundy, called a strike on a changeup upper outside edge. Count even to the ball and a strike. Mundy 0 for 2 on the day, struck out twice. Once in the second, once in the fourth, both swinging. Pickoff throw back to first, no tag. Roberts slides in safely. Well, Roberts more concerned about catching base runners than stealing bases himself. He hasn't attempted one this season. But it still doesn't hurt. Get an extra lead, you might be able to pick up an out. Here's the 1-1. Mundy slowly grounds it to the pitcher. Wash goes to second, and the throw just gets there. It was a little high. Alfredo Rodriguez had to spear it out of the air, and they'll settle with the fielder's choice. 1-6 as Mundy reaches. Now on to Andrew Dashbach. Dashbach also 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. All 6 strikeouts today have been isolated to just 3 Bowie batters: Dylan Harris, J.D. Mundy, and Dashbach. First pitch, Dashbach checks his swing on a slider that misses low. Count starts out at 1-0. Wash did have an appearance against Bowie back at the start of May. Trying to recall. Here's the next. Dashbach grounds it to the third base side, but it's off the backhanded glove of Jake Alou and trickles away. Runners reach on the error. 7th of the season for Alou at third base. And the inning continues for Bowie, now with tying run in scoring position. So the Baysox have gotten a base runner on for all 3 plate appearances. Haven't used a hit yet. But a base hit here for A.J. Graffinino could tie the game. He's 0 for 2 on the day, though, Graffinino. 0 for his last 5 after going 0 for in the back end of yesterday's doubleheader. And the first pitch home is a high fastball, 1-0. It's been a first pitch ball for Richard Wash against all 4 batters he's faced so far out of the pen. Right-hander sets and delivers the 1-0. Fastball called a strike in the lower outside corner to the tall Graffinino. As the count goes even at a ball and a strike. First and second, 1 away here in the top of the 6th. A 1-run game. Next pitch, a slider, misses too far inside to Graffinino. Count goes to 2-1. Yeah, Wash actually picked up the start in one of those games at Prince George's Stadium back at the start of May, as the next fastball is called a strike in the lower outside corner. Count runs even at 2. He danced around trouble in the first and second innings, but then got roughed up in the third and fourth. Eventually allowed 3 runs in 3 innings. Here's the 2-2. How did that one miss? Change up down and away. That should have been a strikeout on Graffinino, but he lucks out for a called ball 3. So Wash has to try again on a full count offering. Pitch home. Swinging a foul off of home plate. We'll do it once more. Yeah, Wash gave up a handful of base runners. He walked a total of 5 batters in that outing. Walked Adley Rutschman when he was with Bowie. Walked Joey Ortiz, then Hudson Haskin, Greg Cullen, Maverick Handley. Eventually, again, tagged for 3 runs on just 2 hits. Another payoff. Graffinino grounds it to first. Spinning Garcia on the glove. Sends to short for 1. Back to first, and it's in time. Garcia, Rodriguez, and Garcia. A 3-6-3 double play, and the Baysox can't bring anyone home despite putting 3 base runners on board. We're on to the bottom of the 6th here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Bowie still trails 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Six, 7, and 8 due up for Harrisburg here in the bottom of the sixth inning as Bowie still trails 4-3. Matt Sabatis with you from FNB Field in Harrisburg as Ryan Watson hands off to Adam Stauffer. Stauffer for his second inning of relief. Fires the first pitch home, and it's a curveball that misses low for a ball, 1-0. I've got Stauffer written down. I don't know why I said Ryan Watson. Drew Millis watches the next pitch home. It's called a strike on a curveball in. Count evens at 1. Millis at 0 for 2 today, the switch hitter, DH today, has struck out twice, both swinging, once in the first, once in the third. And there's a drone above. One of the umpires is calling for time. Can't have that above the field. I've seen that a couple of times. I remember last season, UPMC Park in Erie, where the Seawolves play, their opening day was delayed for a couple of minutes because of a drone. And hopefully, whoever is piloting the drone is maybe a team employee, someone of that caliber, so they know to get it off the field. But now everyone has to come off of the field because of this drone. So we're going into a bit of a drone delay right now. Now, I physically can't see it because there's an awning above us here at FNB Field, and that's obstructing what's directly above the field from our line of sight. But, yeah, a drone delay at the moment is drawing the players off the field until they can figure out, I guess, who's piloting the dang drone. I'm going to go silent here for just a quick second and ask. Yeah, so a drone delay here at FNB Field in Harrisburg is pulling the teams off the field as Bowie trails 4-3 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Adam Stauffer had worked to a 1-1 count with Drew Millis before going into this delay. The umpires unsure of what is necessarily causing it. So it looks like we might have to go into a delay ourselves as they're watching it from the Baysox dugout. Same on the Harrisburg side of things. Those of us up here in the press box are just trying to get a keen eye on what may be happening or who may be controlling this thing. A lot of laughs just being had at this point, but since this isn't a rain delay, it's not like a minimum 30 minutes kind of deal. Once the drone leaves the field of play, there can be some sort of decision, but right now we just have to wait until the drone leaves the field, and Harrisburg is bringing their GM out on the field to kind of talk with the umpiring crew on what to do here. But yeah, there is a drone that is just continually hovering above the field right now and has sent us into a delay. So here's what we're going to have to do for the time being. Since it looks like this drone is of an indeterminate origin, we don't know how long we're going to be staying here, so we might as well send you into some delay theater. It's called rain delay theater or a weather delay theater, but this isn't weather delay, it's a drone delay. We'll step aside and send you on into a quick little trip down memory lane all the way back to July 16th, 2019, when Mike Bauman pitched a 9-inning no-hitter against the Harrisburg Senators. Or is the drone leaving? Is it leaving? Oh, it's leaving. Oh, here we go. All right, don't have to go into the delay. Fantastic. Filled enough of the time as the drone has now flown out of the ballpark to the left side, past the third baseline, and now departed. So the Baysox will retake the field, but you got to feel for Adam Stauffer right here. This is a horrible situation for Stauffer. So outside of his control, so outside of Harrisburg's control, anyone's control, except for the inconsiderate person who decided that he wanted to fly a drone above this game without pre-authorization. And it just stopped Stauffer mid-inning. That is just beyond inconsiderate. And it's honestly, as I speak through it, it's something I hadn't even considered until bringing the words out. It frustrates me a little, and I feel very upset for Adam Stauffer in this moment. And I imagine the Baysox, especially their coaching staff, might feel the same way, because that is just very unfair to Adam Stauffer to have to put a delay in his live work on the mound right now when he was working well. Stauffer had sent a couple of quick outs in the fifth inning, got a fly out, 2 ground outs, worked around a single. Fortunately, of course, they give him a couple of warm-up pitches to get back into it, but my gosh, man. Just have some sense out there. And with how long it held up there, too, the person who was operating the drone must not have been paying attention. As Drew Millis digs back into the box, we're ready to reset. The 1-1 pitch from Adam Stauffer misses inside a curveball to run the count to 2-1. So the drone delay there. Do we have an official time on the drone delay? That's my question. Don't think we have one. Here's the 2-1. Misses high, and the count goes to 3-1 on Drew Millis. Again, Millis 0 for 2 as Bowie trails 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Stauffer in his second inning of relief fires the 3-1, and the switch hitter Millis watches a called strike on a fastball inside. Count runs full. But again, whoever was operating that drone must not have been operating it very intently, because as soon as the players walked off the field, he should have been able to put 2 and 2 together that, oh, my drone is causing this. The payoff pitch popped foul, third base side out of play. We'll do it once more. My goodness, that is so upsetting to me that it caused such a lengthy delay. I've seen drone delays before, but none that have taken the players off of the field because the drone wouldn't leave. The payoff pitch here. Called strike 3 on the bottom edge. Sinking fastball from Adam Stauffer, and that's his first strikeout. 9th overall for Baysox pitching. Now on to Brady Lindsley, the number 7 batter. The fact of the matter is that this small little thing is probably going to concern me, at least for a little while. Hopefully Adam Stauffer isn't too fazed by it, but I wouldn't blame him if he was very, very frustrated. Same to be said about the Baysox coaching staff. First pitch to Lindsley misses high, a breaking ball. Count opens up at 1-0. Bases empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch, called a strike. Fastball hit the upper outside corner, and the count goes even at 1. Oh, we do have a time. A 5-minute drone delay here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Good shout out to the official scorer here for the Senators. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. Fastball misses high, and the count goes to 2-1. I mean, I assume that has to go down on the box score in some capacity. Stauffer kicks high and fires the 2-1. Nice breaking ball. Called for strike as it dots the upper outside corner. Count runs even at 2 on Lindsley. Said it, he's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today. 9 punch-outs for Baysox pitching. This has been a great day on the mound for the strike zone. 2-2, curveball, foul back to the screen. Count stays. Well, I shouldn't say overall a great day, because it obviously was a very slow start for Ryan Watson to find the zone. He worked to 3-ball counts on each of the first 3 batters and eventually allowed 2 runs on 30 pitches, but then roared back to strike out 8. Here's a ground ball right side and under the backhand of Cesar Prieto. I think he got a piece of that one, so it goes down as an error, and he slams the glove, picking it up in shallow right field. Lindsley reaches on Prieto's first error at second base this season in his 8th game. And what should have been the second out of the inning is now runner at first. Now here's Mitch Longo. Longo 1 for 2 on the day, doubled and scored in the second inning. As Stauffer sends home the first pitch, and it's fouled off back to the screen, 0-1. But just to wrap up the point of the delay that we've been going through, if you're a drone pilot in any capacity, and I admire that hobby, it's a very fun-looking hobby. If I had the money to get into it, I probably would. As the 0-1 is a changeup that misses away to the left-hander Longo. Count evens at a ball and a strike. So I'd love to get drone footage of a lot of different places. So I respect the hobby, but if you're a part of it, be mindful of what you might be disrupting. Here's the 1-1. Late swing, popped up, left side. Running down the third baseman Graffinino, he makes the catch on the infield grass. So that should have ended the inning, so if anything comes across from this point on, it'll be unearned against Stauffer. But obviously he doesn't want anything to come across at all as Bowie trails by just 1 run. Number 9 batter Jackson Clough digs in. As the first pitch home is a breaking ball that misses high curve. Count starts out at 1-0. Clough walked and scored in the second inning. He was the unearned run against Ryan Watson. Came home on an error. Here's the 1-0. Check swing. Fastball just missed up and away. And the count goes to 2-0 on Clough. Now, Stauffer is usually good for at least 3 innings. The rate he's working, I imagine he should be fine to get 3 innings. But again, that little break, that delay doesn't help to just stand around for 5 minutes. The 2-0 swung on and missed. Slider hit high, and the count runs to 2-1. So he has finished 4 innings before. Tossed 4 innings back on the 24th against Erie. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball misses high, and the count goes to 3-1. Let's see here if Lindsley takes a secondary lead. He's not a stolen base threat. And I've said it only takes about a couple of games each series for the Baysox to show opponents why they shouldn't be trying for stolen bases anyway. 3-1. Misses high, ball 4. First walk given up by Adam Stauffer today. 4th overall for Baysox pitching. That's where the trouble has lied. 2 of the 3 walks from Ryan Watson. A career high tying 3 walks, mind you. 2 of those 3 came around to score. Take those off the board, and Bowie would lead right now. As Cody Roberts steps out from behind the plate to direct the defense, now with runners at first and second. Jack Dunn steps in. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Solo home run in the first inning with the wind, but struck out swinging in the second and popped out to center in the 4th. Here's the first pitch. Right-hander watches a curveball miss away, barely. Count starts out at 1-0. Strikeout numbers for Bowie working well, but those walk numbers are still up there. Can be a bit troublesome. He doesn't actually usually walk too many batters. As the 1-0 comes in, popped foul behind home plate, gets out of play. Count goes even at 1. Baysox have only walked 5 or more batters in 9 games this season. They've walked 4 today. Here's the 1-1. Nice hanging breaking ball. Nicks the top half of the zone for a called strike, and the count evens, or rather goes to 1-2. First and second, 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Bowie still trails 4-3. Stauffer looking for another scoreless frame. And time called. Cody Roberts asking for it. One and 2 the count on Dunn. Pitch home. Misses away. Curveball. And the count runs even. There's a lot going around in Baltimore right now. Saw this kind of explosive article, really, from the Sun about what the Angelos kids have been fighting for. There's an X-pitch up and in, a fastball. Runs the count full on Jack Dunn. Draws some oohs and ahs from the crowd. And Gene Mirabella and Jeff Baker on the reporting on this one. Says apparently the O's have been for sale for a while. And the two sons of Peter Angelos have been fighting for some of the rewards. 3-2 pitch. Popped foul behind home plate. Dunn will stick around for another. As this lengthy inning continues on Adam Stauffer. This next offering will be number 7 of the plate appearance. He opened by striking out Drew Millis, but then there was a drone delay that lasted 5 minutes, pulled the teams off of the field. Then an error and a walk, a pop out to third, and here's a high drive to left field. Cullen backing up, feeling for the wall, looking for it, leaping and making the catch with a little bit of room to spare. He made the jump he didn't really need to. It was to that little corner in left center where it cuts back to the 355 mark, and that's where Cullen pulled it in. Would have stayed in anyway. So Dunn flies out, strands 2 aboard, and sends us to the 7th. Bowie trails 4-3. We're back to FNB Field after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at baysox.com. As we're back to FNB Field, it looks like we're running into another issue with the drone overhead. We had a brief 5-minute drone delay earlier in this game, and the Harrisburg Senators have not taken the field here as we're prepared to move on to the top of the 7th. The umpiring crew, the grounds crew, and the Senators general manager are all just hovered around first base looking up. There's actually a police officer up here in the press box right now to keep an eye on everything. But it looks like another inconsiderate fellow has put a delay onto this ball game. Thought the first time would be the only time, but looks like that's not going to be the case. Someone is still
leading us into another brief delay. So who knows how long this one will last. The previous one, when Adam Stauffer was on the mound in the 6th inning, lasted only about 5 minutes. The inning had started. Stauffer had picked up a 1-1 count on Drew Millis before the drone was spotted. Both teams were sent off of the field, and they waited for the drone to depart. Apparently it's directly above home plate at some point here. Umpires are pointing to it. Again, we've got an awning overhead to protect some of the folks in the upper levels from rain, but it is obstructing our view from seeing the drone directly above the field, so we can't see it right now. But it still is causing this delay. It's just one of those things that you need to have on the books for a potential hazard. A batted ball could hit a drone, drop it into play, and land on someone. No one's watching out for a drone in the sky at a baseball game. They're watching out for baseballs. So it looks like it's left the field. Harrisburg will take the field, and Richard Wash will finally get to start his warm-up tosses after the second drone delay. Again, so this one doesn't impact Richard Wash as much as it did Adam Stauffer, but it's still just such an inconsiderate thing to do when there are already so many rules and regulations that have been put in place to, properly handle this hobby. I know there's a lot of big stuff that goes through the FAA these days. Can't fly them around airports too often. I know there's some sort of buffer zone that you have to go through with an airport. But around facilities like this, you still need proper authorization. And whoever decided to fly it around here at F&B Field clearly didn't get it, and has been running this game into a delay. Hopefully now that they've driven the teams off of the field twice, they might learn their lesson, because again, it's clearly not someone who is in the ballpark right now. So I'd imagine you can't bring a drone into the ballpark. They'd probably stop you. But it hasn't stopped us now as Richard Wash gets ready to work here in the 7th inning. And the first pitch home to Christopher Cespedes is fouled off to the right side. 0-1 to open. Cespedes 1 for 1 of the day, singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Walked in the 5th, got all the way to 3rd, but was left stranded, representing a tying run. Next pitch, called a strike on a low changeup, and the count to 0-2. After Cespedes, it goes back to the top of the lineup for Dylan Harris and Cesar Prieto as Bowie trails 4-3 here in the top of the 7th. Next pitch. Misses high, speared out of the air on that fastball by Brady Lindsley. Count goes even, or count goes to a ball and 2 strikes, rather. Wash steps back, kicks high, fires. 1-2, misses down and away. And the count goes even at 2. Baysox are back home for 1 week on Tuesday, July 14th. And they hit the road for 6 games against the Erie Seawolves as the 2-2 to Cespedes is checked on. They appeal and they say he went around. Cespedes tosses his arms out. Are you kidding me? He strikes out swinging. That's the first punch out for Richard Wash today. 7th overall for Harrisburg pitching. But one of the more really important promos coming up to Prince George's Stadium is on Tuesday, June 28th, when the Baysox, who are they hosting that week? Richmond? Yeah, when they host Richmond, as the first pitch home to Dylan Harris is called a strike on a high fastball. 0-1 to open. It's the Educator Appreciation Week at the ballpark. Next pitch, Harris watches called strike on a wide changeup. Count to 0-2. Bases empty, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. That's Bowie trails by 1. Tell you more about Educator Appreciation Week in a second. Here's the 0-2. Harris swings through a low breaking ball. He's down on strikes. Back-to-back punch-outs. Wash is working now. Here's Cesar Prieto. So from June 28th to July 1st, that's Tuesday through Friday, teachers and educators that show a school ID at the box office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice during that week. It's all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. That's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium. First pitch to Cesar Prieto, misses low. Count starts out at 1-0. Prieto has grounded out to the first baseman twice sends homering in the first inning. Next pitch, swing and a miss, low fastball, and the count evens at 1. So yeah, get your tickets for any game in that set at Baysox.com, but you've got to show your school ID at the box office to pick up a free ticket. You'd get 2 free tickets. Here's the next pitch, fouled off. Left side, hits off a seat back and bounces back into left field. Count goes to 1-2. Bases empty, 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning as Bowie trails 4-3. Each side with 5 hits. Bowie has 2 errors. Harrisburg has 1. Wash looking to strike out the side. Kicks and fires the 1-2. Check swing low. They appeal on the breaking ball. He didn't go around. And the count evens at 2 on Prieto. Again, the next step in his development, he's such a good contact hitter, Prieto. Next step in his development has to really be working on the spray. Peeling away from the pull numbers. 2-2 fouled off left side. Count stays even. Because his numbers are starting to push away from small sample size. This is his 14th game with the Baysox. He pulls it 60% of the time. He's pulled it every time he stepped into the box today. Home run went to right field and 2 groundouts to first. Another 2-2. Change up down. He checks. They appeal again, and he still didn't go. Count runs full. Wash kicks high, sends home. Misses wide, a fastball, and that's ball 4. Second walk given up by Wash today. 4th overall for Harrisburg pitching. And this is what Bowie has been needing to get back to. Drawing more of those walks to try and turn them into potential runs. Bowie only drew 2 walks in game 2 yesterday. Only drew 2 walks in game 1. Make that 3 walks in game 1, but still. In the series opener, they only drew 1. Pickoff throw back to first. Unsuccessful. Not even a slide, but still. Waiting the first pitch to Joey Ortiz. Here it is. Right-hander watches fastball. That top half of the zone has been pretty inconsistent today, and it's really hard to get a good read on it. Called for ball 1 as Ortiz is 1 for 2 on the day. 2 RBI single in the 3rd, drew a walk in the 5th. Here's the next. That one called for strike. Fastball hit middle. Wash realized he wasn't going to get it the first time, so dropped it down just a little bit. Here's the 1-1. Ortiz watches slider miss down. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Well, he came up big with that 2-out hit in the 3rd inning. Ortiz could really use another one right here. He'd have to place a gapper well to drive home Prieto. 2-1. Check swing. Fastball misses away. And the count goes to 3-1. But if he's working fine right now to draw the walk, I mean, hey, no one's going to complain about a walk. Because if you get the single here, at best, Prieto goes to 3rd. The 3-1. Check swing, called a strike in the bottom half. Ortiz had taken a step to first. But that fastball just hit the bottom of the zone, and it pulls him back. Runs the count full, so Prieto will get a jump. Extra base hit here will tie the game. 3-2 pitch. Prieto goes, and it's grounded foul. Third base side. Let's see if Wash tries for a pickoff at any point. Now that Prieto's already gotten the early jump once. No, the 3-2. Served out toward left on a line. It threw off Longo for a second, and it's over his head. This is going to tie the game. Prieto rounds third. He's waved home. Ortiz cruises to second standing. An RBI double for Joey Ortiz, and we're tied at 4 here in the top of the 7th. Ortiz's third RBI of the day. He's up to 27 on the season, and the Baysox have new life here at FNB Field. A blown save for Richard Wash. His first of the season as Greg Cullen steps into the box. And are they intentionally walking Cullen? They are. Very interesting decision, as Cullen is 0 for 3 on the day with 2 pop-outs in foul territory and a ground out. So that's the third walk by Wash, and it sets up the potential force at second and third. But now you face off against Cody Roberts, who's really been hitting the ball well. 333 here in the month of June. 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a single. But of course you just want to avoid the lefty, so that's why they went with it. It makes sense in that capacity. But again, Cullen, he's been a little slow this series. Go with what's been working well. Here's Roberts. Wash up to 41 pitches. The first here. Roberts watches a called strike on a low changeup. And the count starts out at 0-1. Roberts has led off each inning he stepped up to the plate for. The second, the fourth, and the sixth. He grounded out, singled, and walked. Here's the 0-1. Misses down and away on a fastball. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. This is the first time he's stepping up, not opening the inning. Right-handers hitting 400 this season with runners in scoring position as the 1-1 is fouled off behind the screen. Count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Wash sends home the next. It's down and away, kept in front by Brady Lindsley. And that slider had a lot of late movement on it, but an easy one to lay off of. Runs it even at 2 here. We've got a beautiful skyline ahead of us right now. Nice little tint of red and purple down by the river and the mountains, with a good game in front of us here at the ballpark. The 2-2 to Roberts. Down and away, ball 3. First and second will get a head start. Lengthy inning for Wash here. Bowie's already tied the game at 4. Trying to take the lead for the second time today. The 3-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a slider down and away, and Roberts couldn't lay off. Second strikeout for Wash ends the inning, but not before Bowie ties it up. A 2-out RBI double for Joey Ortiz. And as we stretch here at FNB Field in Harrisburg, it's 4-4, Bowie in Harrisburg. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and learn more.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at Baysox.com. Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
A very long break there for the seventh inning stretch. Two verses of God Bless America before Take Me Out to the Ball Game here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. But it's a beautiful night for it, so I won't complain too much. We've got those beautiful little streaks of purple, some orange as the sun sets behind us, dotting on the clouds just ever so softly out on the mountain ranges here in Harrisburg, down the river. We've got a fun ball game going our way as well. Bowie and Harrisburg are tied at 4 here at FNB Field on City Island. Adam Stauffer is back to work for the Baysox. If he can keep things rolling, he could turn himself into a winning pitcher. Now as he faces off against 2, 3, and 4 in the Senators lineup, opening with Jake Alou. First pitch home to the left-hander is called a strike on a fastball, hits the outside edge of the zone. It's 0-1. Alou is 1 for 2 on the day. Single to drive in a run in the second inning, walked and scored in the first, flew out to center field his last time up. He was the first batter that Stauffer faced. Here's the next pitch. Curveball misses too far down and inside, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. I imagine this might be the last inning for Stauffer today. He's at 48 pitches, and he's had to work around some weird delays. The 1-1. Swinging line drive, right side base hit. Got past Cesar Prieto, who was shaded a little bit, but more up the line. As Jake Alou is aboard with his second hit of the day, leadoff single, puts the go-ahead run on base to open the inning. Yeah, remember, Stauffer had to sit through that 5-minute drone delay. Still going to be upset about that as the day continues, and the fact that it happened again in the following half inning is even more upsetting. Here's Wilson Garcia. Could be a good double play candidate if you pitch him low enough. First pitch, switch hitter, swings through a high fastball, and the count starts out at 0-1. Garcia 0 for 1 on the day, walked in the first, taken out on a double play, hit by a pitch in the second, grounded out to second, back in the fifth. That's what you want now, as they play him hard to pull to try and turn that twin killing. Here's the next, popped foul left side. Count already to 0-2. Only one strikeout so far for Adam Stauffer. Ryan Watson had a season's high 8. Here's the 0-2 offering. Checked on a high fastball. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Stauffer's really feeding him so high, not really a chance to go anywhere with it. But that's still a dangerous game. If you miss it by even just a little bit, Garcia can turn on it. He's got 3 home runs against the Baysox. Pickoff throw back to first, no tag. Andrew Dashbach is standing a little bit in front of the base anyway. We'll wait on the 1-2 offering here to Garcia. Pitch home. Swinging a high fly foul. First base side. That one will get out. And the count stays. Plenty of fans still just meandering around here at the concourse level at FNB Field. Ballpark put together in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very nice open air kind of ballpark. 360-degree concourse, but it's a very small paths out past the outfield wall. It's not that big. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It misses up and in, a curveball. Count goes even at 2 on Garcia. They've got some good amenities, but of course it has to be built in such an interesting way because of the potential of flooding. You build a ballpark on an island in a river, that's always going to be something on your mind. And they do actually have markers around the first level for floods. The 2-2 crushed out toward left field and deep. Cullen's running back, but he's going to look up and watch it go. An opposite field go-ahead 2-run home run for Wilson Garcia makes it 6-4 Harrisburg. His 4th home run against Bowie this season, his 8th of the season overall, and it's 6-4. My gosh. Only 91 miles an hour off the bat, but 349 feet away from home plate. He's up to 28 runs driven in this season. Now here's Alfredo Rodriguez. First pitch, swing and a miss, high fastball, and the count 0-1. So Ryan Watson has been taken off the hook, of course, after Bowie tied the game at 4. But Adam Stauffer, now the pitcher of record, as he could be tagged with the loss, would be his first decision of the season. Next pitch home to Rodriguez, misses high. Here's the 1-1. Curveball misses away. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. So I was talking about this ballpark and how it's so interestingly designed. On the ground level where the dugouts are, of course, and the clubhouses as the next pitch is fouled off right side. Count goes even at 2. There are some markers around where flood lines had reached. There's one near the Harrisburg clubhouse that denotes a flood back in September of 2011, so only about a year and a half after this ballpark opened. The 2-2, late swing, poked over to short. Scooped up by Joey Ortiz. Sent a little bit wide to first, but it's picked up by Andrew Dashbach cleanly. 6-3 put out, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. I'd say it's about that flood line that's by Harrisburg's clubhouse is probably about 4 feet high, maybe 5. Since I'm 6 foot, 6'4", it's hard for me to gauge heights a lot of time because everything is just shorter than me. That's my go-to. It's short. Here's Justin Connell. First pitch is a fastball that misses high. It's 1-0 to start. Connell riding a 1-for-3 day, singled to drive in a run in the first inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd, and grounded out to short in the 5th. Here's the next. Curveball just misses high, and the count goes to 2-0. Yeah, they've got that flood line there near the Harrisburg clubhouse. Then, of course, I haven't seen any of the other ones, but I imagine there's more. And then the way the clubhouses are built are what's most interesting. Next pitch is a fastball called for strike, middle. It's 2-1. Bowie trails 6-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning after tying the game finally at 4. They trailed 4-1 early. Here's the next. Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball low and away, and the count goes even at 2. Yeah, so the way the clubhouses are designed, pretty much every room or everything of value down at the ground level has what almost looks to be like blast doors. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Skips in. Curveball runs the count to 3-2. You could call it blast doors. You could call it like a bank vault door almost, but it's just a very thick secondary door that extends outwardly from just the main regular door for the clubhouses. Here's the payoff. Misses low, a fastball. Second walk given up by Adam Stauffer today. 5th overall for Baysox pitching. Sheldon Perkins is standing up in the bullpen. Is he going to start tossing at some point? I wonder. He's spinning his arm around. I imagine he'll start throwing soon. Here's Drew Millis, switch hitting catcher. He's the DH today, the first pitch home. This is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. And here's Cody Roberts to come out and chat with his battery mate. Yeah, so they've got these interesting flood doors down around the clubhouse, and they're so imposing when you walk through them. They're very interesting to look at. They've got one for the umpire's locker room, one for the home clubhouse and the visiting clubhouse, of course. And the dugouts are designed here in a very interesting way as well. They don't really change the level up or down in any capacity. There's no real steps to get onto the field. It's just a flat level to the playing field. And I assume that's to avoid having the dugouts flood with any sort of heavy rain. Here's the 1-0 to Millis, driven high out toward left. Greg Cullen running a long way toward foul ground, loses the hat and makes the catch, just a step in fair territory. Connell retreats back to first base, and there's 2 away here in the 7th. But yeah, they're very big dugouts, honestly. I know Akron has some large dugouts, just in terms of their width. To walk from like the bench to the actual front railing, you actually have to go a couple of steps. You can't reach it. So it gives you a lot of lateral movement. Here's Brady Lindsley, 0 for 3 day, 2 strikeouts, reached on an error. First pitch, Lindsley watches curveball, called for strike, bottom edge, it's 0-1. Bowie trails 6-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 2-run home run by Wilson Garcia to the opposite field. After the Baysox had tied the game up at 4. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Already 0-2. Yeah, Sheldon Perkins is finally tossing in the bullpen for Bowie. And unless the Baysox come back, Bowie might only need him for 1 inning, which is usually where he works best. 0-2 from Stauffer. This is just up and in a slider. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. But yeah, the sun is mostly set now here at FNB Field. Lights probably carrying about 95% of the work, which means the Mayflies have started to find their 1 remaining light source. The next, grounded, backhanded by Stauffer at the mound. He sends it to first. Oh my goodness. That's a nifty play. Adam Stauffer ends the inning. We're on to the 8th here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Bowie trails 6-4.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Baysox Youth Baseball Camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball Camp today.
On to the 8th inning here in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 6-4. J.D. Mundy will open it up for the Baysox. As Richard Wash is back to work for the Senators. First pitch home to the left-hander is called a strike on a fastball, hitting the upper outside corner, 0-1. Mundy riding an 0 for 3 day, struck out twice, reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. They play him a bit to pull, and the 0-1 is lined out toward right center field, but falling quickly. It's down in front of the center fielder, Dunn for a base hit. Mundy's aboard for the first time today. He's got hits in 2 of his last 3 games now for the Baysox. And now tying run comes to the plate with Andrew Dashbach. Righty on righty, Dashbach 0 for 3 on the day, reached on an error in the 6th. First pitch crushed out toward left center field and deep. Longo backing up, but he has it squared. In front of the warning track, he pulls it down. Dashbach really gave that one a ride, but only ends up at about 336 feet away from home plate. And there's one away here in the top of the 8th inning. So now here's A.J. Graffinino. First pitch to the left-hander. It's fouled off left side. Baysox really attacking early right now. That one falls into the dugout suite level here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Count opens at 0-1. Graffinino also 0 for 3 on the day. The 6, 7, 8 batters have been having a tough time until Mundy picked up that single in the 8th. He's hit into a double play, grounded out one other time, and flew out to left field. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off of home. Fastball inside, and the count goes to 0-2. Again, Baysox trailing 6-4 here in the top of the 8th inning. Took an early 1-0 lead on Cesar Prieto's home run in the his first double-A bomb. Harrisburg put on 2 runs in the bottom of the first, including a leadoff home run by Jack Dunn and an RBI single by Justin Connell. Then 2 more runs in the 2nd inning. Bowie put on 2 runs in the 3rd to make it a 1-run game, and then finally tied it in the 7th. As the next pitch to Graffinino skips just inside and clips the top of his shoe. Hit by pitch, pushes the runner to 2nd and puts Graffinino at 1st. So now tying run is aboard for Bowie with Christopher Cespedes up to bat. And it looks like we'll get a pitching change. Here's Trip Keister. Senators manager hasn't made the point just yet, but when he's coming out for this first opportunity, you have to imagine, yep, gets the ball from Wash, and we'll see a new hurler on the mound. We'll tell you about him in a little bit, as Bowie has runners at 1st and 2nd with only 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. They trail 6-4, but they're trying to get something done. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Pest Now is a proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, and they provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium. That's how you know they're reliable. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, anything from general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, anything, give them a call. Pest Now, 301-231-8300, or visit them online at pestnow.com. Pitching change here in the top of the 8th inning as Bowie has runners at first and second base with only one out. Richard Wash is relieved. He finishes with 2 1/3 innings, gives up 2 hits, and so far just 1 run. He is charged with a blown save, but is the winning pitcher at the moment. Has a strikeout and 3 walks surrendered. Zach Brixey takes over for the Senators. Faces off against Christopher Cespedes. He'll try and turn maybe a double play. Cespedes 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a strikeout, and a walk. He's also scored. First pitch, right-hander, watches fastball, called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Zach Brixey, a 6'2", 230-pound, 22-year-old right-hander from Hickory, North Carolina. Free agent pickup in July of 2020. Fires the 0-1 to Cespedes, and it's called a strike again on a low fastball. Already 0-2. First and second, 1 away. Mundy singled. Graffinino was hit by a pitch, as the Baysox try to tie the game up for the second time tonight. Brixey sets, looks back runner at second, and fires the 0-2. It's fouled off behind home plate. Count stays. Well, a name like Brixey, you might think it's a very simple spelling. That's not the case here. Matter of fact, he doesn't even have a traditional vowel in his last name. Zach Brixey. B-R-Z-Y-K-C-Y. That's it. Brixey. Here's the 0-2. Cespedes watches blazing fastball miss up and in. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Again, runners at first and second belong to Wash. So if Bowie ties the game, he's taking a no decision. But he is charged with a blown save. He can't lose the game, however. 1-2 to Cespedes. Swinging a piece, just held on for a little sliver on the top half. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, a name like Brixey, you think it might be one of the weirdest names you've ever heard, but I spent enough time in baseball. I've heard plenty of them. There's one that sticks with me, though, a lot. Actually came from my first year working. Tell you about it in a second, because it's a humdinger. Here's another 1-2 to Cespedes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. High fastball, and there's 2 outs in the inning. First strikeout for Brixey. 8th overall for Harrisburg pitching. And now back to the top of the lineup for Dylan Harris. This was back in 2016, I think. Working in independent ball, there was a fella by the name of Jeff. He had a last name that looked very Louisiana. I'll spell it for you in a second. First pitch to Harris. Called a strike on an inside fastball. It's 0-1. So Jeff had a last name that went like this. D-U-B-L-I-E-U-X. Sounds like Louisiana. I assumed it was Jeff DeBlue. Or DeBlow, something along those lines. Not even close. Here's the 0-1. Harris watches changeup miss wide. Count goes even, and a ball and a strike. No, Jeff DeBlow. Still not. It was Jeff W. Just the letter. Could have changed all of those letters and just put one letter in there. Here's the 1-1 to Harris. Fastball misses down and inside. And the count goes to 2-1. First and second with 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning as Bowie trails 6-4. Tying run on base. Harris has hits in 5 consecutive games for the Baysox, including a home run yesterday. A single and a run scored in the third. He's 1 for 4 overall. The 2-1. Misses outside, a slider. And the count goes to 3-1. Brixie sets. Hitters count. The pitch home. Harris takes it on the shin. Slams the bat down just to ease the pain. And runs up the line. Doesn't even look at the pitcher. That one was clearly a missed fastball. But Harris was just upset that it had to hit him. Oh, goodness. That's the second hit by pitch in the inning. A.J. Graffinino took one on the shoe tops. Is Harris going to stay in this game? He got to first, and now he's just walking around in foul territory with the first base coach, Tim DeJohn, and the athletic trainer, Lindsey Birchfield. She's hovering outside of the dugout, but it looks like she's being waved off. Yeah, so she heads back to the dugout. But now the pitching coach, Justin Lord, is going to come out, as this is a dangerous situation. The bases have been loaded. As Cesar Prieto steps up to bat. He's only had one plate appearance with the bases loaded this season for Bowie. He grounded out. But Lord's going to come out and have a quick chat. Gives us a chance to remind you about Patient First. Care is around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient First. The name fits. Lengthy mound visit right now. Let's look around the Eastern League, why don't we? Richmond took down Erie again today, 6-3. Pitchers Park saw 4 home runs by the Squirrels, however. Richmond moves into sole possession of first place, as Somerset took down Akron as well. So Erie and Akron are tied for second, 1 game back of Richmond in the Southwest Division. We're back to action here, however, as Cesar Prieto digs in and grounds the first pitch right to first again. Wilson Garcia snares it on 1 bounce and trots to the bag himself to end the inning. The third 3 unassisted putout that Prieto has grounded into today. He's got to be feeling that. We're on to the bottom of the 8th here as Bowie strands the tying run at second. They trail 6-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 6-4. Baysox dipping into the bullpen for what should be one final time now as Sheldon Perkins comes out to take on the 8th. Adam Stauffer will depart. He's in line for a loss, unfortunately, this evening. 3 innings for Stauffer on 3 hits, 2 runs both earned, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Both runs came home on a 2-run home run by Wilson Garcia in the 7th. Broke a 4-4 tie after Bowie had tried so long before finally tying the game. Makes way for Sheldon Perkins. The first pitch home to left-hander Mitch Longo is called a strike on a fastball lower inside corner, 0-1. Next pitch, Longo swings through a fastball, and it's already 0-2. Longo, Jackson Clough, and then Jack Dunn due up in this half inning. 8, 9, and 1 in the Harrisburg lineup. As Perkins delivers the 0-2, and it's grounded high. A Baltimore chop to first. Picked on the low bounce by Dashbach. He underhands to the pitcher covering, and it's there. Longo slid, and he couldn't get in time. Good foot race by Perkins. And a 3-1 putout to open it. Well, I saw an article the other day that put a lot of science behind the sliding to first concept. And a lot of timing went into it, and what a lot of the science had said is that sliding was actually the incorrect way to go about it. First pitch to the left-hander Jackson Clough misses away a changeup, starts it out at 1-0. Because the point of first base is that you get to run through it. You don't have to stop. Here's the next pitch, called a strike on a changeup outside. Count evens at 1. Bases empty, 1 away, 1-1. Misses wide a slider, count to 2-1. Yeah, that's the whole point of first base is that you get to run through it so you can keep running full speed the entire time. To go into a slide takes a little bit of momentum out of you as the next pitch is fouled off left side to run the count even at 2. And then the moment that you hit the ground, friction is obviously going to put a lot into your body to slow you down. And I feel like that's why you don't see that slide into first base too often. Next pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Change up down and inside. Perkins working quickly. Picks up his first strikeout for the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. 10 strikeouts overall for Baysox pitching as it goes back to the top of the lineup for Jack Dunn. But I found that really interesting, that little article on the concept of sliding into first or not sliding into first. First pitch to Dunn, a slider. Called a strike on the upper outside corner. It's 0-1. 5th plate appearance for Dunn today. He's 1 for 4 with a solo home run that opened the first inning. Next pitch, breaking ball misses away, and the count goes even at 1. Baysox trail 6-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Perkins sets on the rubber and sends home the 1-1 to Dunn. Misses low a fastball, and the count goes to 2-1. Looks like Brixey might come back out for the 9th inning for Harrisburg to try and lock in the save. The 2-1. Called a strike. That one a generous changeup low. Runs the count even at 2. But Perkins just trying to make it a quick day. 5'10", 215-pound right-hander from James Madison fires the 2-2, and it's low for ball 3. First full count he's worked today. He's coming off of that tough loss in extra innings on Sunday against Altoona. Bowie had taken the 2-1 lead, but Perkins allowed the free runner to score as well as another one. Here's a foul ball right side out of play. It was the 4th walk-off loss for the Baysox this season and their 2nd walk-off loss in extra innings. Yeah, really put a sour finish on that first leg of the road trip, but Bowie's holding strong here through this 2-week ride. The 3-2 grounded over to short, one hop, and it's picked by Joey Ortiz. From the edge of the outfield grass, he fires to first, a bit low, but it's in time. 6-3 put out, and it's a perfect 8th for Shelton Perkins. We go to the 9th here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Bowie's got 3 outs to try and tie it, or maybe take the lead. They trail 6-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Back inside FNB Field here on City Island in Harrisburg. The Bowie Baysox trail the Harrisburg Senators 6-4. Matt Sabatis with you on a very lovely evening in Pennsylvania as we move to the top of the ninth with Bowie trailing 6-4. Zach Brixey works on the mound once again and fires a first pitch strike to Joey Ortiz. Count opens up at 0-1. Ortiz has been having a great day at the plate. Next pitch home. Misses away a breaking ball, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. He's driven in 3 runs, picked up a couple of hits, including a double. It's Ortiz's 10th multi-hit game of the season. Most by an active Baysox player this year. Next pitch. Line hard out toward right field. Sends Connell on the run, and it's over his head. One hops off of the wall. Ortiz is going to go to second for his second double of the day, and the tying run will come to the plate as Ortiz opens the 9th inning in scoring position. First 3-hit day for Joey Ortiz this season, and he's cruising here in the 3 slot this evening. Now on to Greg Cullen. I think this is a season-high 3 RBI for Ortiz. No, it's not. He had 4 runs driven in back on the 28th against Erie. That tied a career high for him there. So now on to Greg Cullen. First pitch home. Cullen watches fastball miss wide. And the count opens up at 1-0. Cullen 0 for 3 on the day. He was intentionally walked in the 7th inning, and it paid off. He was left stranded when Cody Roberts struck out swinging. And Kyle Moore is asking for a check of the pitcher. Came out and talked quickly with the home plate umpire, and the home plate umpire is going out to inspect Brixey. As Brixey now pulls up his right sleeve, and it looks like he's staying in the game. Moore must have seen something. Can't imagine it was too much, and obviously it wasn't much of anything at all if the umpire didn't see anything worth tossing a guy, but that's the first time I've seen that this season. At least it happened quickly. We've already had 2 drone delays. We don't need a delay for a foreign substance. 1-0 pitch to Cullen, misses high. Count goes to 2-0. Runner at second. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning as Bowie trails by 2. Seeing if they can tie the game up yet again. After taking the early lead 1-0, falling behind 4-1 and tying it at 4 before Harrisburg punched ahead 6-4. Next pitch, Cullen lifts it out toward left field. Shallow, Longo running a long way. Covers the ground and makes the catch just in front of the foul line. So Cullen 0 for 4 on the day, and now Cody Roberts will step in. Well, these 2 sides will get back at it tomorrow. I think we've got a 7 o'clock first pitch? Yeah, 7 o'clock first pitch. It's a different start time for the remaining 3 games. 7 o'clock tomorrow, 6 o'clock on Saturday, and then 1 o'clock on Sunday. Antonio Velez will get the nod for Bowie when we get going tomorrow at 7. First pitch home to Cody Roberts is called a strike on the outside edge. Count opens up at 0-1. Roberts 1 for 3 on the day, grounded out to short in the 2nd, singled to right in the 4th, walked in the 6th, struck out in the 7th. Here's the 0-1, where Roberts nicks it foul off of home plate. And the count already to 0-2. Antonio Velez will start for Bowie tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Luis Reyes will get the opening for Harrisburg. Reyes 0-2 with a 6.14. Velez 1-6 with a 6.75 this season. Here's the next from Brixey. Fastball misses high. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, at this point, with the lengthy road trip, Bowie and myself, we're just all glad to have a Sunday day game. Last 2 road series for the Baysox have had the Sunday getaway day start at night. which makes very little sense. The 1-2 fouled off of home plate. Count stays at Cody Roberts. Made little sense for Reading, in all honesty. The Fightins had a regularly scheduled 5:15 game, and when it got turned into a doubleheader, they didn't change the start time at all, which was very interesting. Bowie didn't finish that twin bill until around 10:40. Didn't get home until around 3 o'clock. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3. Roberts is out looking on a changeup right down the pipe. Second strikeout for Zach Brixey, and it brings up J.D. Mundy with the Baysox down to their final out. And it was an interesting decision last week for Altoona to push their Sunday game to a 6 o'clock start. I think it was partly because of that game of hope that they were doing to honor cancer survivors and remember those that had been lost. So it was for a noble cause at least. First pitch to J.D. Mundy misses high. Count opens up at 1-0. Mundy singled his last time up. He's 1 for 4 overall in the day. Got to third base, but was left stranded. That was in the 8th inning. Bowie trails 6-4 here in the top of the 9th. Runner at second, 2 away. Brixey sends the next, and Mundy swings through a fastball away. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Brixey sends home, and Mundy grounds it to first. Could be it. Picked by Garcia, underhanded to the pitcher covering, and Brixey taps on the bag to end the game. 3-1 putout closes the evening as Bowie falls tonight to Harrisburg. 6-4 the final after the Baysox struck first, gave up 4, tied the game, and a 2-run home run by Wilson Garcia closed it out for the end of the night. We'll step aside here on the broadcast and get your Baysox postgame in a little bit. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com. At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Sabanas.
Well, Well, not the best day for Bowie this evening as we continue on with our coverage. Getting on with Baysox postgame here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. A 6-4 final as Bowie drops the fourth game in this set. The Senators evening up the 7-game series at 2 games apiece so far. Let's get going. Matt Sabatas here with you as we'll recap this one, then look around the rest of the Eastern League and the Orioles organization, see how some of the other teams have fared. But let's go ahead and walk you through some of the key highlights from this, because it was a pretty long game, and there was actually some action back and forth. Turned out to be a pretty fun one at the end of the day. We go back in time a long way to 6:31 p.m. when first pitch came home from Alex Troop to Dylan Harris. Harris eventually struck out on a 2-2 offering, but Cesar Prieto came in, and he took the first pitch he saw a long way. For Alex Troop on the mound. First pitch home to Cesar Prieto is gone. Way out to right field. Forget about it. Cesar Prieto says goodbye. His first Double-A home run is a rocket shot out to right. And the Baysox lead 1-0 here in the top of the first. That'd be it for Bowie in the top of the first inning, though. Joey Ortiz and Greg Cullen would each pop out against Alex Troop, but Bowie had a lead, and that was what Ryan Watson would like going into the bottom of the frame. Unfortunately, though, as Watson had a long battle with Jack Dunn, that lead would be very short-lived with the leadoff batter. Here's the payoff. This one driven high out toward left, but not very deep. Well, now it's getting deeper. Cullen running back on it, and this one is gone. Oh, wow, the wind really pushed that one out. Watson just tossed his hands up. Are you kidding me? But it's a solo home run for Jack Dunn, and this game is tied at 1. Yeah, that wind was really a tricky customer as it just kept pushing and pushing out toward left field. That gave Dunn the game-tying home run. But that would not be the rest of the inning for Watson. He walked Jake Alou and Wilson Garcia, really having trouble finding the pitches outside, especially the slider. Alfredo Rodriguez hit into a double play to push Alou to third base, and that gave Justin Connell an opportunity to give Harrisburg the lead. Sends in the 1-1. And it's lined up the middle of base hit. That'll score Alou. Harrisburg takes the 2-1 lead. Yeah, pretty simple as that, but Watson would get out of it by striking out Drew Millis. In the top of the second, the Baysox went down in order after Cody Roberts grounded out. J.D. Mundy and Andrew Dashbach would both strike out swinging, and it sent the game into the bottom of the second, where Watson picked up his second strikeout, but then gave up a double to Mitch Longo and a walk to Jackson Clough. Looked to be in a tough situation with first and second only one away, but Watson recovered, struck out Jack Dunn, and faced off against Jake Alou with first and second and now 2 outs. Alou, though, found a key hit into center field and delivers the next. Line drive, shallow right center, and it's down for a base hit. This will score 1. Longo routes third and comes home as Harris mishandles the ball. Running through the stop sign, Clough comes home and he scores. Will probably go down as a hit and an error. It does. So it'll be 1 RBI for Jake Alou. Jackson Clough scores on the error, but it doesn't matter. 2 more runs across for Harrisburg, and it's 4-1 Senators. It was a 30-pitch first and a 30-pitch second for Ryan Watson. After just 2 innings, he was into 60 pitches, but he was able to get out of the inning, and Bowie was able to lean on him for a little bit, because as the game moved into the top of the third, the Baysox finally cracked against Alex Troop again. A 1-out single by Christopher Cespedes and another by Dylan Harris put runners at first and second, and gave Joey Ortiz an opportunity. He had some great 2-out hits today, starting with this one. As the first pitch comes in, and the right-hander serves it up the middle for a base hit. This will score 2. Harris rounds third. He comes home. Cespedes already across. A 2 RBI single for Joey Ortiz, and the Baysox are back on the board. It's a 1-run game. Harrisburg ahead 4-3. It was 1 run, but that was enough for Watson to really get back into his rhythm as he cruised through the third. He faced 3 batters and set them all aside. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a curveball in the dirt. Roberts gloves and sends it to Dashbach covering, but Watson strikes out the side here in the bottom of the third. A great rebound for Waddy on 12 pitches. Things would slow down for both sides from there. In the top of the fourth, the Baysox did get a leadoff single by Cody Roberts, but he'd be stranded at first base. In the bottom of the fourth, it was another perfect frame for Watson, 2 strikeouts and a flyout on just 11 pitches. He'd finish his day there on 83 pitches in 4 total innings. In the fifth, still against Troop, the Bay Sox drew 2 walks and put a runner to third base, but couldn't bring anyone home. A couple of groundouts ruined their chances there. And in the bottom of the fifth, against Adam Stauffer, Harrisburg could only manage a 2-out single before the inning was brought to a close. In the top of the sixth, the Bay Sox looked like they might be able to get something going after Cody Roberts led off with a walk. J.D. Mundy replaced him at first base on a fielder's choice, and Andrew Dashbach reached on an error to put runners at first and second. But Richard Wash was working well on the bottom of the zone, and Bowie just could not get the best luck. Eventually, again tagged for 3 runs on just 2 hits. Another payoff. Graffinino grounds it to first. Spinning Garcia on the glove, sends to short for 1, back to first, and it's in time. Garcia, Rodriguez, and Garcia. A 3-6-3 double play, and the Bay Sox can't bring anyone home despite putting 3 base runners on board. Fortunately, though, Adam Stauffer was unfazed by that. In the bottom of the sixth, he struck out a batter and got 2 flyouts to keep a couple of base runners at bay, keeping it at a 1-run game into the top of the 7th when Bowie found a little bit of work against Richard Wash again. Christopher Cespedes led off by striking out, as did Dylan Harris, so the Bay Sox already had their backs against the wall. But Cesar Prieto drew a full-count walk, and Joey Ortiz stepped up with more of that key 2-out hitting. No, the 3-2. Served out toward left on a line. It threw off Longo for a second, and it's over his head. This is going to tie the game. Prieto rounds third. He's waved home. Ortiz cruises to second standing. An RBI double for Joey Ortiz, and we're tied at 4 here in the top of the 7th. Go-ahead run was in scoring position for Bowie, but with 2 outs, that's tough to deal with. Greg Cullen was intentionally walked, and Cody Roberts struck out swinging to end the inning. After the stretch, Harrisburg instantly pounced as Jake Alou opened with a single against Adam Stauffer, and Wilson Garcia continued to torment Bay Sox pitching. And they do actually have markers around the first level for Floods. The 2-2 crushed out toward left field and deep. Cullen's running back, but he's going to look up and watch it go. An opposite field, go-ahead, 2-run home run for Wilson Garcia makes it 6-4 Harrisburg. That was Garcia's 8th home run of the season, and 4 of the 8 have come against the Bay Sox. He's got something that just hits well against Bay Sox pitching. Stauffer finished out the inning with only 1 more base runner allowed, but the damage was done. In the top of the 8th inning, Bowie did get a couple of base runners on against Richard Wash, but Harrisburg made a pitching change and brought in Zach Brixey, retired the side quietly from there, and sent it into the bottom of the frame. Sheldon Perkins came on, and he worked fast, 3 up, 3 down on 2 groundouts and a strikeout, and sent us on to the top of the 9th with Bowie up to their last chance. Joey Ortiz led off with a double to put himself in a scoring position, but after Greg Cullen flew out and Cody Roberts struck out looking, it was on J.D. Mundy to try and keep the rally alive. Brixey sends home, and Mundy grounds it to first. Could be it. Picked by Garcia, underhanded to the pitcher covering, and Brixey taps on the bag to end the game. 3-1 putout closes the evening as Bowie falls tonight to Harrisburg. 6-4 the final. So there's your final. Bowie scores 4 runs on 8 hits with 2 errors. They left on 11. The Senators score 6 runs on 7 hits with 1 error. They left on 7. Richard Wash is the winning pitcher in relief. He moves to 3-7 on the year. Adam Stauffer takes the loss. He falls to 0-1 this season. Zach Brixey the save, his first here in 2022. Game was played in 2 hours and 46 minutes in front of a paid attendance here at FNB Field in Harrisburg of 3,862. With the loss, Bowie falls to 21-32 on the season, a 2-game losing streak for the Bay Sox. They're now 10-16 on the road. With the win, Harrisburg moves to 23-31 on the year, a 2-game winning streak for the Senators, as they're now 10-17 when playing in front of their home crowds here at FNB Field. 2 sides meet again tomorrow for the continuation of this 7-game series, and we'll preview that in a little bit, but for now we step aside. We'll look around the rest of the Eastern League and the Orioles organization with some scoreboard updates as we continue with Bay Sox postgame here. Again, Bowie falls tonight 6-4. You're listening to Bay Sox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, it's a busy day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 17th. Princesses and Pirates Day at the ballpark. Don your shiniest crown, wear your fanciest slippers or your peg leg and your eye patch as Prince George's Stadium transforms into a fun fairy tale castle and a swashbuckling ballpark. It's also Louie's birthday bash. Many of Louie's mascot friends will be on hand to celebrate what should be just a fantastic day at Prince George's Stadium. That's Sunday, July 17th, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Back one final time to FNB Field here in Harrisburg as we continue with Baysox postgame. Bowie falling tonight to the Senators 6-4. Let's take a look around the rest of the Eastern League, though, before we get ready to close up shop. One game still in action. The rest of the circuit has come to a close. New Hampshire looking to finish off a 9-5 winner right now as Binghamton led up 7 runs in the first inning to the Fisher Cats there. They have cut it close, but 4 runs is still a long ways away, and New Hampshire is trying to increase before it moves to the bottom of the ninth over at Mirabito Stadium. That's the only game in action. The rest of the league has gone final. Altoona and Reading had a pitcher's duel going into the ninth. It was, just 6 total hits combined, and the Fightins eventually walk it off in the bottom of the ninth at First Energy Stadium on, of all things, a wild pitch. 1-0 the final out at Baseball Town. Incredible. Somerset took down Akron earlier today 4-3. They took the lead in the 7th inning after it was tied at 3 late. That pushes Somerset even further into first place. Or actually, no, they're dancing with Hartford right now. So that'll actually be a half game out of first place still, as the Yard Goats have been cruising lately. Hartford is on a 6-game win streak thanks to a 5-3 winner tonight over the Portland Sea Dogs. Haven't paid too much attention to the Northeast Division, but things are looking a little bit dicey there for Somerset, as Hartford has the longest playoff drought in the Eastern League. But that Rockies affiliate might be making their first trip this season, depending on how the rest of this month goes. Erie and Richmond got going early today, and Richmond came away with a 6-3 victory thanks to a big flurry of home runs, 4 to be precise. Sean Roby picked up his 15th of the season for the Squirrels. Richmond scored 5 runs over just the first 4 innings to win 6-3. So with that win and Erie and Akron both losing, Richmond is in sole possession of first place, while Erie and Akron are both tied for second, only 1 game out in the Southwest Division. That's how the rest of the Eastern League looks. Let's look at the Orioles organization. As Norfolk and Nashville played a doubleheader today, the second game is just now getting underway. Norfolk came up empty in the top of the first. Nashville is getting their crack in the bottom of the first over in Tennessee. Game 1 went in favor of the Tide. Nashville did make it close, but a 3-run first inning, capitalized by Jordan Westberg's first AAA home run in his second AAA game, gave Norfolk the 5-4 winner. Aberdeen cruised to an easy 6-1 win over the Brooklyn Cyclones. Brooklyn did take the early lead in the first, but it was all Aberdeen the rest of the way. 6 runs on 10 hits for that W. And then one game still in action, Delmarva having a tough time containing the Fayetteville Woodpeckers for the second consecutive night. Fayetteville, the Astros affiliate, currently leads 9-5. We got 2 9-5 scores. Dolly Parton's ears must be ringing somewhere. It's the top of the 8th inning down in Delmarva there. But of course, the score that we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and they fall tonight to Harrisburg 6-4. Bowie and Harrisburg back at it tomorrow for a 7 o'clock first pitch when Antonio Velez gets the start for the Baysox. Left-hander sporting a 1-6 record and a 6.75 ERA this season. Right-handed pitcher Luis Reyes will start for Harrisburg. He's 0-2 with a 6.14 ERA here in 2022. Again, 7 o'clock, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 6:40. For now, we say so long, though. This is Matt Sabatis with you from FNB Field here in Harrisburg, where the Baysox fall to the Harrisburg Senators this evening, 6-4. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.